Magandang hapon. Kumusta po ang pagkain ninyo? Nabusog kayo? Ah, inaantok po kayo? O sige, tayo po muna tayo sandali. Ayan, tayo lang po muna sandali. Okay, sige po. 30 seconds, mag-stretch po tayo. Sandali. Taas po ang mga kamay. Ayan. Sing taas po ng inyong mga sigasig na magkaroon ng pagbabago sa ating bansa. Ayan. Lagyan niyo po ng sound yan. Pwede po. Pwede mag-visit, wag lang mananakit po. Okay, sige po. Palakpakan po natin ating Panginoon. Yan, pwede na po tayo magsiupo. So sana nabusog po kayo, ano? Just a reminder for all of us, sana po nabusog kayo. Mamaya parang meron pa tayong snacks in the afternoon, but we are just reminding everyone that eating inside our auditorium is discouraged po, ano? Okay? So, once again, good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Meron po kaming hinandang intermission number. Ay, kasama ako. Hindi pala. Sila lang pala. Pero bago po yun, tawagan po muna natin ang ating presidente sa Archdiocesan Council of the Laity for a very good news. Palakpakan po natin siya. Brother Rene Galang.
Thank you, Tita Weng. Dito na lang. And with the permission of Among Justin, our SACOP director, we would just like to remind you yung pong Annual General Assembly ng Archdiocesan Council of the Laity for the year 2025 ay magaganap po itong darating na Sabado, November 29, 8 to 12 noon sa ating pong Chapel of the Holy Eucharist sa Barangay Mayimpis, City of San Fernando. So, nire-remind po namin yung mga PFC, PPC coordinators, bawat parokya, and then yung pong heads ng Association of Christ Lay Faithfuls or ACLFs. Kasi po, magkakaroon po tayo ng election for the member of the Board of Trustees ng ACL for the year 2026 to 2029. So, yung mga vicariate coordinators po, dun po sa GC natin, sa ACLN Bank, nagpadala na po kami ng nomination form para magiging madali yung proseso sa darating na Sabado sa ating General Assembly. Muli po, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Thank you, Tita Weng.
And salamat po. Salamat, Brother Rene. So ulitin po natin, November 29, 8 o'clock in the morning hanggang alas 12 po, meron pong meeting ang mga representatives sa ACL from the different parishes and commissions at magaganap po ang ating election of Board of, anong tawag kasi? Trustees. So wag po kayong a-absent. Baka mag-absent po kayo kasi dahil ayaw nyong manominate o ma-elect, dapat po active tayo. Kasi meron tayong pinagkikipaglaban. Amen? Okay, salamat po. So para mas ganahan kayo, nag-prepare po ang SACOP social work staff and interns ng isang napakagandang intermission number. So palakpakan po natin sila.
Gandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Ayan, bago po kami magsimula po, nais po namin sabihin din na habang kami po nag-entertain sa inyo, napaka-informative po ng ating first session po kaninang umaga. Ikaw ba, Jess, na-appreciate mo ba?
Of course, tita.
Sa isang word mo, na ano mo hindi natakke ka?
Siguro isang word na tumatak po sa akin is yung transparency. Okay, so okay, yung transparency kasi yung parang pinapakita sa atin, yung financial results, lahat ng kung saan napupunta. Pero isa din itong ethical na responsibilidad na dapat napupunta sa tama ang pondo ng bayan.
Correct.
Ikaw,
yes.
Ate Kim?
Sa akin siguro, yung tumatak kanina is yung safety ng ating mga pinagpapaguran. Tama po ba? Maging safety po yung mga pinagpapagura natin, lalo na yung word na tax po. Is napakahalaga po sa atin dahil dapat napupunta po sa tama.
Why, ako naman po, ingatan dahanan ko po nandin, aside keng malaguya po, pong matas itang kaya katang speaker, pong biyasaya po, ne? Ingatan dahanan ko po, nasabi na imposition ka no, dapat ka no panghanap buhay. Ne po, sabi na, siguro ba kanya niya naman po itang authority tamo po itang kaya katamong authority pong power, na sana pinana mag-impluensya yo, ang po pang makapag-kaya ka rin tao, empower yo. Ang po itang karelang kay infra, na itang pro-infra, na itang collaborative, accountability, comprehensive. O itang tinatak ka na ako. Na sana po itangan po makabuklat tangan po kareta, baka na po king kasulong ni kaya katamong Pilipinas, king kaya katamo pong bansang Pilipinas. Ini pong metong kanta pong mumuna para po kaya kayongan po. Ako'y anak ng lupang hinirang, kung saan matatagpuan ang hiyas ng pelas ng silangan, nagniningning sa buong kapuluan. Taglay ko ang hiwaga ng silangan, at saan mang bayan o lungsod, maging timog, hilaga at kanluran, ang Pilipino ay namumukod. Sama-sama nating abutin pinakamatayog na bituin, at ang ating tagumpay, tagumpay ng ating lahi, tagumpay ng ating lipi, ang tanging minimithi at hinahangad. Hangad ko'y tagumpay natin lahat.
Ako'y may isang munting pangarap sa aking dakilang lupain, at sasama-sama nating pagsisikap, sama-sama ring mararating ang iba't ibang galaw, isang patutunguhan. Dito isang araw, isang kapuluan, sama-sama nating abutin pinakamatayog na bituin, at ang ating tagumpay, tagumpay ng ating lahi, tagumpay ng ating lipi, ang tanging minimithi at hinahangad. Hangad ko'y tagumpay nating lahat. Hangad ko'y tagumpay nating lahat. Dakal po salamat yung palakpak yu. Of course. At kaya atin tamong Kanawan Conference, Jess? Bakit kaya sa palagay mo?
Siyempre, nagtipon-tipon po tayo ngayon. Ito naman po connected sa susunod naming aawitin na sana po ay magustuhan din ninyo. Na ito po ay nagpapaalala sa atin na sa kabila po ng problema na hinaharap ng ating bansa, itong awiting pong ito ay nagpapaalala na sana hindi tayo mawalan ng pag-asa.
Lalo na yan, Jubilee of Hope, ne? Gusto yang gusto. Anya po, sabayan nyo kaya po, kim pa magkanta, king heal our land.
If my people will humble themselves and pray. If they seek my face and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins. I will hear from heaven and hear their land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sin and heal our broken land. Lord, if our knee, we humble ourselves and pray. Lord, we seek your face, we humble ourselves and turn from the wicked ways. Father, with your mercy, forgive our sin. Father, with your mercy, come heal our land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sin and heal our broken land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sin and heal our broken land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and heal our broken land.
Maraming salamat po.
The Social Action Center of Pampanga is the heart of the church in service. 1980s, the focus widened from relief to empowerment. Through the Grassroots Organization Volunteers Association, or GROVI, the Archdiocese started organizing communities and cooperatives under the guiding principle of helping people help themselves. SACOP was formally established as the implementing arm of the Archdiocese's Commission on Social Action. Amid massive destruction, SACOP led rescue, relief, and rehabilitation efforts. With parishes, civic groups, and global partners, SACOP helped rebuild lives through programs like Adopt a Barangay and Resettlement. From these moments of trial, SACOP discovered its identity. The Church's presence of compassion and hope. At the heart of SACOP's mission is Kanawan, a Kapampangan word for a state where people can finally breathe freely, meaning fullness of life. It is the vision of a community where faith is active, where every person is valued, every family empowered, and every parish becomes a center of compassion. Through faith, justice, and love, SACOP works so that God's people in Pampanga may experience life in all its fullness under God's care. Our mission flows from Jesus' invitation to each of us in John chapter 10, verse 10, that we may have life and have it in all its fullness. This is the path He sets before us, life that is whole, abundant, and shared. From vision to action, SACOP brings Kanawan to life through its programs and services. Each one is faith made visible. Education opens doors. Through the SACOP Educational Assistance Program, deserving students from vulnerable families receive tuition support, allowances, and mentoring. Each scholar's success is a victory for their family, their church, their community, and their future. Health is a right and a mission of mercy. SACOP provides medical and financial assistance to those who cannot afford care, ensuring that even the most vulnerable receive the healing they need. True development begins with people. SACOP forms and strengthens people's organizations in coastal, upland, and urban areas, empowering communities through leadership development and participatory action. Born from the ashes of Mount Pinatubo, SACOP's Housing and Resettlement Program continues to provide safe, decent homes for displaced families. More than constructing houses, SACOP helps rebuild lives and communities of hope. When disaster strikes, SACOP is ready to respond. From relief distribution to coordination with parishes and partners, SACOP brings food, shelter, comfort, and hope to affected families, and then walks with them through rehabilitation and recovery. Every act of sharing brings life. Through the Alay Kapwa, the faithful are invited to offer prayers, sacrifices, and resources for the poor. SACOP then channels this generosity into programs that uplift families and communities. Poverty is best addressed not by charity alone, but by opportunity. SACOP's livelihood development services support micro-enterprises, cooperatives, and skills training, helping families build sustainable income and live with dignity. SACOP's pastoral assistance and services supports the archdiocese and parishes in their mission of faith and service. It responds to parish requests, monitors social development activities, and provide pastoral assistance. As the Secretariat of the Archdiocesan Pastoral Council of San Fernando, or APCSF, SACOP coordinates and facilitates meetings and provide documentation. The Ephrata Development Center was born after the Mount Pinatubo eruption. A place to train and empower community leaders. Today, it is a Department of Tourism accredited training center offering facilities for seminars, lodging, and events. Guided by its mission of awakening human aspirations, Ephrata remains a space of learning, hospitality, and transformation. SACOP's Mayapyaing Diyos Incorporated, or simply known as SACOP Panulu, keeps good health within reach, providing affordable, FDA-certified medicines for the poor. Through partnerships with local botica owners and barangay health units and parishes, Panulu ensures that families across Pampanga have access to essential medicines when they need them most. By the grace of God, SACOP continues to grow, to widen its reach, deepen its roots, and give life where hope is needed most. Through every act of service, every mission, and every heart that gives, SACOP brings Kanawan, the fullness of life, to God's people in Pampanga.
Sakop tamo, King Kanawan.
Sakop tamo, King Kanawan.
Sakop tamo, King Kanawan.
SACOP tamo,
King Kanawan.
Ayan. So, dun pala natin nakuha yung Kanawan kanina, no? So, meron talagang action. So, pasalamatan natin ang SACOP for spearheading this conference na tayo na-enlighten, no? And we saw the services and the programs being offered for the whole Archdiocese, no? So, palakpakan po natin sila. Salamat po. So siguro after nung first session natin, nagkaroon ng mas kaliwanagan at Na-disturb po ba kayo? Oo, no? Pag hindi tayo na-disturb, ibig sabihin, pag nonchalant tayo, wala tayong pakialam. So pag na-disturb tayo, ibig sabihin, normal yan. Kasi meron tayong dapat ayusin. And we realize na mas marami ang kailangan nating maituwid. Siyempre, sisimulan natin yon sa ating sarili. Okay? Sige. So wala pa ang ating speaker. So maghahanap muna tayo ng mga sharer natin. So baba na lang po ako. Habang hinihintay natin yung speaker natin, so hihingi tayo ng mga takeaways para dun sa session natin na nauna. Unahin natin yung mga inaantok na. Okay, may inaantok ba dito? Ay, wala. So, gising na gising. Yung lahat ng mga gising, pumalakbak ng malakas. Ay, salamat po. O sige, dahil gising na gising, ano po ang take away ni Father Kenneth? So, one sentence lang, ha? Oo, one sentence. Sorry po kahit na gusto nyo 5 minutes, pero pwedeng one sentence lang po. Ano po ang take away nyo?
Umaga, ano? Naging maliwanag yung kinalaman ng macroeconomics, yung ginagawa ng national government, yung budget, yung ano, naging maliwanag yung kinalaman niya sa araw-araw kong pamumuhay. Na halimbawa kung ako magkakasakit, ay may kinalaman yung ginagawa nila sa pagkakasakit ko. Sa kapag araw-araw ako magko-commute, ay may kinalaman yung daan na tatahakin ko doon sa ginagawa nila. Kaya napaka-importante na makita yung connection na yon dahil yun ang magbibigay daan upang makialam at makiisa sa usaping ito.
Salamat po. So minsan akala natin, sige, pwede naman pumalakpak. Sige, pakituloy po. So akala natin wala tayong pakialam kasi hindi naman tayo involved, hindi naman tayo leader, no? Pero we have to start pala from the self, no? Puntahan ko nga yung mga taga Holy Rosary naman. Tita Hina, ano po yung takeaway ninyo? 1 minute. Ay, 1 sentence lang.
I have to stand. The speaker talked about we should have like a voice. Ang reaction ko lang, it should not be any kind of voice. Kasi sometimes, sa social media, we make a lot of noise. I think the voice should be informed. It should be an intelligent kind of voice. Kasi if you look through social media, there's so much irresponsibility. Ang daming mga comments na sometimes they will incite you, pero it's just the wrong information. So it's correct to have a voice, but I think it should be an informed voice.
Thank you po. Palakpakan natin, Sister Hina. I think that's a good point, no? Hindi lang tayo basta nag-iingay. Kung hindi, siguro dun pumapasok yung discernment, no? Bago tayo magsalita, bago tayo humakbang, mag-isip at mag-discern. Hanap tayo ng mga kabataan. Ay, na kayo ko. Kabataan. Yung mas matanda po ng konti sa inyo, Among. Dito naman. Si Ouija naman. Ouija, ano yung, sa point of view naman ng youth, ano naman ang nararamdaman mo ngayon?
From the point of view of the youth po, most likely in our parishes, at times, the youth are not given the voice para po i-voice out nila what they want. So by this time po, with this, we heard from one of the youth a while ago. So siguro po it's time na we also hear the voice of the youth and we collaborate, we do it together, even in our parishes. Kasi po there are things that we know that maybe the older people don't know. And maybe there are also a lot of things that the older people know that we don't know. So I think it should be a collaboration po for this to work out in the parish and in the community. Thank you po.
Salamat. Palakpakan ng mga kabataan dito. We also have to listen to the voices of our children. Ayan. Sige. Okay, makikinig kami doon. Sige. Yung medyo bata po ng konti sa mga youth. Kayo po.
1 hour? 1 minute. The problem is overwhelming, nakakalula. Pero yung mga kinwento niyang efforts doon sa barangay level, tsaka sa local governance, pwede nating sagutin sa mga efforts natin sa parokya. Mga parokya sana natin maging platform ng accountability, transparency, no? Potangating kung damdaman ka ring offices, ay, yabe keng kalokohan yan, taho yung pisamban, ngara, ne? So sana po, ingke katamong parokya, ingke katamong balayan, maging yung platform for good governance, ne? Itamo po, ne?
Ayan, salamat po. Ningkay po itimpane na yan tamo niya po. Ningkay atila mo rin buringi voice out ding lay people. Pero ningkay ay naman gana I express daw. Po. Correct ka no po anang among kikune. Paki-take note ya po ito. Sige. Padugtong tayo po kang among deyo ne. Ito. Kapareho po ka no. Enak po lumapit kang apong dong. Bisabi da ne. Nano naman mo ay Sister Sally. Sister Sally sabi na po, eya po ka makyalaman. Alay pa ba yung speaker tamo? Okay, sige po. Dito po mag-cellphone. Ilang ausan tamo. Ay sali ko doring cellphone daw, di ba? Nung bisa kayo pong magpasaligit cellphone, ausan nyo lang. Sige po. Sir, kayo po. Nano po araramdaman nyo yun Nano po making realization tamo? Kitang katamong discussion.
Yung pong realization ko, talagang kailangan tayo ng action para kayong kapag nasaning kaya katamong bansa. Kasi po, para ka na ako talaga, uling we are now on our age like this, ne? So, iisipan mi po, dahil kaya kami nga po, anak, at talagang mangailangan kayong kanawan na yan. Kasi po to, ala naman na kita, masating nga creation, kaya tiking yato. Po to dataging panahon, kabut na lang mo, kasi lakos na po ngayon, dahil nga nakuling na yung kayakit mo da, puros na ang gadgets yung kakakit da. Po to balaran makanita mo, ere kakit ang the other side of life. So, siguro, ilaman dapat may mulat lang yung makanitang bagay. Ito mo po.
Salamat po. Palakpakan tayo po, brother. I think part of our stewardship is to prepare a safe space for our children and our grandchildren. Po. So, aluwa mo itang uling ikatamu nilata naman mong pakilam na naman maging implication. Okay, sige. Alay pa po talaga, ne? Muntataan po ka rin ating belo. Sagli mo po. Kalaut darugo. Sister, dino po ngayon makaduko. Ayan. Tirude po sister.
Sister Marisa.
Sister Marisa.
Ako po napagtanto ko na kung walang nakawan, may kanawan. At walang kanawan kung may nakawan. Dahil naniniwala po ako na ang pagnanakaw ay hindi simpleng gawain ng kriminal. Ito ay pag-atake sa ating pananampalataya, sa ating paniniwala. At ayon sa ating tagapagsalita kanina, ang pananahimik ay nagiging bahagi din ng problema. Kaya kailangan nating makisangkot, makialam at magmalasakit.
Ayan, salamat po. Pag walang nakawan, may at pag may kanawan, walang nakawan. Ayan, salamat po. So, atinta na pong tagline ne po. Ay, brother. Sige. So, sige, dyan pong ala ng oras, pero sige po.
Yaw po siguro, kabang pakiramdaman kayo din, bala mo, nang kasakit maging Pilipino na eh. Isipan mo, kababait na paning anak, arap-arapan, panakawanan dan eh. Itang bala mo, makalunos sing maging Pilipino. Ating kailangan gawan ng mga kanito. Kaya kanitang sinabi ng ma'am, prof, sabi na, mo dapat ating makulong mo. Siguro ating dapat talagang magawa king batas o king legal na gawain. Kasi nung maputot king batas na ito, alang malyari. The history repeat itself, makanitaya. So bilang metong ako Kristiyano, king panakit ko, dapat talakaran ko itang dapat kong gawin. Ito.
Salamat po. We really have to do something. It's not practice of parang culture of silence. Karintam po mga pahamak na po. Nino pa po bisang mag-share? Ay, muntatampo ka rin yung baka. Wala may Immaculate Conception la po rin eh. Karetang karelang t-shirt niya po. Sister Ikay po.
Sa aking pong obserbasyon sa mga pinag-usapan kanina, totoo po lahat yung nangyayari. At hindi lang po ito nakakabahala, kundi nakakagalit din. Ngunit hindi po sapat ang magalit tayo. Kailangan talaga yung aksyon. At sa palagay ko po, yung sa pagpili ng ating iboboto, napakalaking bagay po yun na makaka-impluensya sa pagbabago ng bansa. Pero, hindi lang po siguro dapat dun sa pagboto. Siguro po, dun pa lang sa kakas nila ng kanilang mga candidacy, dapat nakikiisa na po tayo doon. Kasi kung wala po tayong ibobotong mabuti o ibobotong tao na karapat-dapat, yung pong mga dati pa ring mga binoboto natin, yun na iboboto natin. Kasi halimbawa po, yung nakaraang eleksyon, wala pong kalaban ang ating kongresista. Sino pa yung iboboto natin? Kundi sila rin. Kaya dapat po siguro, doon pa lang sa pagpili ng mga iboboto, sa mga kakandidato, makialam na po tayo. Or sumali po tayo kung iniisip nating tayo ay may magagawang mabuti. Yun lang po.
And salamat po. Ayan. So, hindi lang titingnan ng mga kandidato din. We also, minsan ang turo natin dun sa kandidato, ano yung gagawin. Pero remember, pag may leader, may follower. So we also look at ourselves. What can we do to help our leaders also? Sino pa po? Meron po akong nadakip na isang nagsa-cellphone. Sir, kayo po, ano po ang inyong takeaway?
Yako po, buriking paninayin ken tuglungan ng among Justin itang sinabi na din. Kaibat na nini, nano? O ngayon mong may conference tamo. Nano, kaibat. Nyapin, hopefully, very hopeful na ating malyari at as a church, kita mo, magsalita lang kasi rin individual bilang memalen. Pero bilang taong pisamban, nano yung concrete pwede tamong gawan? Kita mo, actually, question niya.
Sige po. Since question niya po, ante po yamong Justin. Linwalya, balo na ng tambing. Sige. Achuya. Achuya po. Sige. Di na tayong chance. Tita Adele, nano po yung achuking puso yung kaurasan na ini?
Ot bala mo, melula ko. Nanding makiramdam ko kang Professor Cielo, Kasi pota pa lang mag-present lang pera, dano diri ng 000, the B, billions pala ito. Ako niya balong bilangan, nung pila niyang zero, ing bilyon. O lalo na po ang maging trilyon niya, kaya tutuking budget. Yung pakiramdam ko, masanting pining magaral, masanting yay ning gewa tamong ini. Actually, ako kayo ni makasign up, king assumption dapat uling at informators, catechist assembly. Pero, ot kayo ni kumiras, di ba? Kasi buri ko talaga, pag-aralan talareng issues, bangkan dapat siya menindigan tamo, aintindihan tamo, tamo basta mitatas makanya nagamat, kabud manindigan, kailangan aintindihan tamo yung pakipaglaban tamo. At kaburi ko ketang karakalnapin sinabing prof ne, pero itapin karakalapera, pero kalulula rin tao. Nyapin sabi ko, Lord, siguro pinepepabren mong dakalabagyo, dakalalindol, bangkanita mo, migising la talaga rin tao. Sana, alita mo kay ni mayayari, manaya ko pang dakal pang activity na bangkanita, in kaya katamong inumpisan, manindigan tamo talaga kayong katutuan, kayong usto at kayong kayapan. So, paano katamo ning Ginoo?
Salamat po. Yak po araramdaman ko. Atinta naman sigurong agawan Waling panamdaman ko po kaya kayong ing malasakit. Ampong I could sense that we are all disturbed. What ang disturbed ka, maligalig ka, misip ka At patitang panamdam, kaya kang panamdam, dinan may muna mang pansin. At siguro po kantaya po, milulubitang nanitang action na pwedeng gawan. Po. Sige po. Okay, matatampo ka rin alawang kuli na Emma Ka-White. Committed to serve, sabi na po ning kaya kayong kayong t-shirt niya po. So, nano naman mo po ing araramdaman mo yun, considering that you are offering your service to the church, di ba? Kaya ni pong mga palyari kaya katamong ini, nano po ing araramdaman nyo na at saka buri yung gawan?
Maya pagkat panapon po. Ako po, mixed emotions po. Masaya ko po na miyabi ako kening conference sa ini. Na diyang first time ko pa mo pong mag-serve as a leader po king parish me. Makalungkot po kitang dimdam tamo. Ne po. Actually po anak ko pa mo. Isa pong daramdaman ko lari king election, tatagal la. Kaya ba't may manyambot la? Kaya ba't po, atin lang agagawang masanting ka rin kaya katamong barangay. Diyan kempa mo pong barangay kasi akakita na po itang difference. Sa po pa itang tutong service po, di ba po? Makalungkot po, kasi po king kami, family, meto kami pong biktima, itang brother ko, king election. Uli pong mag-serve matinuya pong konsehal kitang baryo mi. Kay ba't po, niyang second term na po dapat. Uning uli pong transparent ya po king gagawa na. Anyang mag-second term na po dapat. Siyempre po, grupo-grupo la po na. Anya pong eleksyon na, sabi da po kasi, straight 7, nada po na, karen pong konsehal. Sabi da po ring king side me, king kapatad ko, straight, isaulo da ka, ada po kaya. Ulimbalo da po yung kalakaran king eleksyon. Aliya na po, basta dalan nyo nga, detang 7 kung kayabe, na po. Uning uli pong maniwala la po kayo, deng tao, dela daw po ring 7. Anya pong result na po ning eleksyon, kamukat-mukat po, deng kagrupo na pong 7, ila po mismo liglagde. Di ba po, makatrauma po yung king election po talaga. Uning kakayan ko po, king milyari ngayon ni, atinta mo pa po bang paniwalan, karing makaluklok? Anti kanyan po niya, karing senado, nino po ba talaga ring matuwid ka rin? Ngayon po karing kasalukuyan na makaluklok. Uling halos po ila, atin la pong, kasabit la po, kay anumalyang malalyari. Nung dahil po kapit na matuwid la, din kapit na alila, bakit bimiral po itang ali? Ela po ba kakalaban? Ang tingin ni po niya, kakita na po na Itang pruweba atin na. Pero o ba't alila pa rin po makukulong? No ka rin tamo po kanyan magbili. Ita mo pong maninayang katarungan king milyari ngayon. Ano pong kasakit magdesisyon po niya. Akay po king sarili ko niyang kay. Sabi ko, tagal ko pa mong konsyal king barangay mi. Uli pong buri mo maging matuwid sa alese. Pero anya pong ikit kupin po itang antikanita, ot bala mo po mababaliwala ring taong bisang talagang gawang mayap. Kay ba't po atin tapa po nga babalitan na pamaten dala retang gagawang mayap. Kay ba't po king milabasan na eleksyon na yan, ing meging resulta, keta pong metong nga lugar, uli pong ede po binoto, itang paboto da, ngeni po, reta pong masipag amanungkulan king barangay, pegla ko do po king katungkulan. Deta pong megboto, ketang anjang mesambot ya, ila pong makaluklok, ila pong pinuwesto da. Makalunos po, di po ba? At ito po, ating kungkutang, ang po pong, thank you po, kitang may enlightened ko po, Kenny, na bisa kong kumilos, pero ingisipan ko po nandin, nino ring kayabe ko. Nung king lugar mi ako mo, o mapilan kami mo, mi kaboses ke po kaya. Ito po, dakal pong salamat.
Salamat po na express yung laretang kaya kayong pigagap niya po retang kaya kayong kutang na minsan niya tambal makanano talang sagutan niya. And I think po tang didiscuss tala rin ni karin lulubit ang discernment kaya pin ikatam mga dita mo niya uling naman niya gana gyuta mo. Ako parati kung manuala na potang sinabi na ni nga pong gino na it's over, game over. Potang jangi may agyu when he takes over. Itang minsan MY isip na masolve. Minsan kagising mo, okay na niya. Pero, po masolve ita nung ikatamo lahat mong gawan action. So, ingay ka na nga pisabi tamo po ngayon po, baka dito mayari yung kaya katamong discussion. Diyan na balong Brother James, papasynthesize tayo po kayo niya po. Okay, sige po. Brother James, ingay katamo po. Representative naman kayong Laiko.
Good afternoon po. Nandun po, magtagalog ko po kasi may nga share ya po kang social media po kang radyo. Bali po kanina po, lagi po natin sinasabi, what's after? At do I have a voice? Do ako po yung outgoing lead na po ng Laiko. At present po, we have 2 accreditations in cities, San Fernando and King Angeles. And in the province of Pampanga din po, no, they called me 3 weeks ago for that one. But ongoing po accreditation as special bodies sa bawat cities and municipalities, it's still open. It's still open. For us to be part po, to have a voice on what was been mentioned by Professor Shelo Magno, we can be part of those special bodies. So if you want to be part of that special bodies in your city, you want to volunteer for that one, just approach po the Laiko through ACL para po we can have that, we can do the paperwork for the accreditation. We have the papers prepared. We just need to make them customized to your particular municipality or city. So meto niya pong city, it's only Mabalacat, we are not accredited. So 3, we can start on this one. We always mention we want to have a voice. This is our voice to be part of it. Na po, being parishioner, being the citizen of the city, if we are accredited, you're not speaking alone. You're speaking on behalf of the lay people of the church. Na po. So if you want, interested po to be part of the city, we have one pending with SASMUAN. No? We have one city accreditation with SASMUAN. I don't know if Brother Iber is here. No, he's the one working on that one. So, our example po in Angeles City, we were been part of it since 2000, late mid-2000, no, hindi po kami naging stamping pad. No po, up to the point of, reta pong kalaban da kayang politika, they use that one against, but no. We are encouraging people to be active, no po. Etamo mo po magreklamo. Etamo mo po basta kikyak. What we need people who will be acting. No po, kasi nung gatamo mong kikyak, Facebook, wala pong malyari. But if we'll be part of the governance, participative governance, we can do something about it. No po, masakit, mahirap, but abe-abe po, agyo tayo po ini.
Ayan, salamat po. Okay, sige po. Pakiramdaman naman ni... bayo pala brother. Itin sasabihan na pong involvement tamong Brother James. So ulitan kayo po itang announcement na ninggaya katamong ECL President na atin tamong gathering karing representatives na ni Archdiocesan Council of the Laity king 29 Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning po. So magka-election of Board of Trustees po na. So, makiyagum tamo po, makiabi tamo po, etamo po daratang wali na tamo bisang ma-elect o ma-nominate. Pero, api na po inita nga manuan ng Brother James na metong muna mang way, para tayo ay ma-involve at magkaroon ng boses. So, dumating po tayo sa November 29 sa Chapel of the Holy Eucharist, 8 o'clock in the morning. PPC, PFC, at saka yung sa mga commission, yung mga representatives po. So I believe na most of them po are here, so kayo po yon. Or yung mga iba nyo pang mga kasama. Okay po? Sige. So pakinggan po natin si brother muna. Brother, taga saan po kayo? Anong parokya po?
Hospital po.
Hospital.
Okay. Ay pagat panapong po kaya kayo nga. Muna tsawap na po ni nga pong Ginoo, pigkalob ng pamiti pong tangay ni. Ating kumupumbo rin yapse kaya kaya katamong topic nga. Mumunang, ang tsindyang ko po kaya ng topic tamo pa magbayo. Pero makanano po, dindam kaya po ining kanakong nga manong ngayon karing kaya katamong pastol. Homily niya po ning miyato nga pari. Sinabi na po, nung kaya magbayo, manganano yung magbayo yung kaya katamong kay, mag-umpisa kaya katamong yung pa magbayo na po. Na mag-umpisa ka rin malati, papunta kang maraguling pa magbayo tamo. Nung makanano manakaw tamo kaya katamong papipagobran o mangupit. Nung kaya tamo sa masaning kaya katamong sarili, kaya tapo makapagbayo, di ba pa? Salamat po.
Okay, salamat po. So, it always starts with the self. Na po. So, mag-umpisa tamong lawin tayo pa mo yung sarili tamo. Sige po. Meron pa pong... sige, sister.
Good afternoon po ulit sa ating lahat. Una po, maraming salamat po ulit sa ating mga dedicated staff, lalo na po sa SACOP, sa nag-sponsor, tumulong po mag-sponsor sa Holy Angel University, tsaka po sa San Fernando Archdiocese. At sa ating lahat po na nag-participate today, yung takeaway ko po dito sa napakagandang Kanawan Conference na to, at hindi ho siya magiging imposible nang hindi dahil sa ating mga parish priest po, sa ating mga cardinal, sa mga lahat po ng pari at madre at mga staff po natin, obispo. Ang ganda-ganda ho ng kanilang nagagawa at nakukontribute po sa atin. At siguro bilang ordinaryong citizen, Filipino citizen, ang takeaway ko po dito, una, maging responsable po tayo para po makatulong na mapalaganap yung ating advokasya. Kasi number one po talagang dapat na i-educate yung mga young nating, mga estudyante po. Kaya po napaka-importante na sa mga universities po, sa mga colleges, kailangan pong patuloy na i-educate po yung mga students Dahil ito po yung mga young generations na magluluklok sa ating mga politicians na patuloy na tatakbo po yan. Dahil patuloy po silang may pakinabang at nakukuha sa kaban ng bayan. Madalang na lang ho, hindi ko ho alam kung ilang percentage pa yung mga mabubuti sa ating gobyerno. Pero syempre po bilang Filipino at naging OFW po at nagsakripisyo sa ibang bansa, dapat yung pag-asa po natin hindi nawawala. Yun. And then, tumulong po tayo sa ating mga parish church po. Yun po yung number 1. Kasi napakalaki po ng impluensya at saka boses po ng Catholic Church. Ang kailangan lang ho talaga, mas dumami pa po tayo na kailangan tumulong. Yun po siguro. And then siguro po in our little ways, kailangan ho talaga mag-umpisa sa atin na tumulong sa, hindi lang ho sa LGU. Kasi ang LGU, minsan may favoritism din yan, palakasan system. Hindi lang ho minsan, madalas po pala. So ang kailangan ho talaga yung participation. Yun po yung number 1, participation, get involved. Tapos patuloy po tayong tumulong na maging boses po tayo. Kasi kung tayo-tayo lang na naging delegate at saka yung mga nag-attend dito, hindi rin ho, napakaganda po ng mga presentation na pinakita din. Tapos napaka-credible po ng mga na-invite na speakers. Kung hindi ho natin isi-share yung mga video na napanood po today, kokonti ho ang coverage. Kaya ang maganda ho sana, mapalaganap po natin yung napakagandang presentation. At and again, very grateful po ako personally sa lahat po ng dedikasyon at commitment ng mga nandito po today na tumulong to make this conference possible. Thank you po and God bless.
And salamat po. Tawagan ko naman po ngayon ang ating Vice President sa ACL, si Brother Ding Pilaw, na isa ding contractor.
Wapin po. Contact mo po. Magandang hapon po. Kasi napansin ko, ang pinag-uusapan natin, paano tayo magkakaroon ng magandang gobyerno. Napansin ko po ito, konting basura lang, tayo mismo nagtatapon. Di ba? Nawawalan tayo ng disiplina sa mga maliliit na bagay. Yun ang nagiging dahilan para lumaki. Kasi hindi mo napapansinin yung mga maliliit eh. Yun na pala yung lumalaki sa atin. Di ba? Kaya kung simple pong pedestrian, alam natin para sa tao, pero yung mismong nagko-cross sa pedestrian, siya mismo nawawala ng disiplina, kaya nagka-cause siya ng traffic. Akala natin, bawat para sa tao, nagiging tama, pero pag binabiolate natin yon, tayo mismo nagkakamali. So, simple lang po. Minsan, sabi ko nga, simpleng basura, hindi tayo nag-iingat. Nadadala na natin sa buhay yon. Tayo na mismo nagtatapon kahit yung tama. Kaya minsan, yung mali, parang nasa commercial to eh, simpleng mali, ginagawa na nating tama dahil sa araw-araw na ginagawa natin. Ayun, sa mata ng mga bata, ang gawa ng masamang matanda, nagiging tama na sa bata. So, tayo, mahirap tinatanong po, paano tayo mag-uumpisa? Talagang sa sarili natin. Isang tamang pananalita, talakaran tayo, magkabibiyayang buhay. Pagkatapos sinasabi natin sa eleksyon, bakit natin binoboto? Kasi hindi rin tayo nagsasalita. Iniintay natin na magkamali yung pinaboto natin, then doon tayo magko-comment. Tapos na po yun. Nasabi po ako, isang contractor. Pero sa private po kami. We observe the good governance. So, sana ganun po. Ang suggestion ko sana, ang mga tayo makisoso tamo kareng bidding. Sa private po, binubusisi. Kahit mahal yung mga project, ginagawa nila ng tama. Para ano po, I think kailangan tayong makialam. Para sa ganon, pag may naninita sa kanila, siguradong may iiwas at makakagawa sila ng tama. So tama po, kahit sa maliit na bagay gawin nating mahalaga para sa ating disiplina, yun din ang parang nakikita natin sa buhay. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat po, Brother Ding. At totoo yung sinabi ni Brother Ding, no? Yung mga maliliit na bagay, simpleng pagtapon ng basura sa tamang lagayan. At minsan sa CR po, pag-flash na lang ng inodoro, no? At minsan sa bahay din. Yung pagligpit na lang ng mga pinagkanan natin, mga ganon. Mga simpleng bagay, but those are small things that will tell the person if he or she is responsible or not. Okay? Sige po. So lahat ng pinag-usapan natin, tayo po muna yung manahimik sandali. At pagnilayan natin lahat ng mga na-share ng ating mga brothers and sisters. What is the Lord telling us of all of these things? And what can I do as a person? Okay, so I think we are ready for our second plenary session, and we will be hearing insights on accountability, shared responsibility for the common good. So yung lahat ng mga tanong na hindi nyo natanong kanina dahil oras na, eto na po yung pagkakataon natin. Ready po ang ating speaker. So pag sinabi nating accountability, pumapasok doon yung pananagutan. Ano? So in the spirit of Kanawan, breath and life, accountability strengthens institutions, enabling them to serve with dignity. This afternoon, my dear brothers and sisters, we are honored to welcome a leader whose work reflects the true essence of accountability in public service. Honorable Vivencio B. Vince Dizon, Secretary of the Department of Public Works and Highways, has dedicated his career to strengthening institutions and ensuring that government decisions genuinely serve the common good. Before leading the DPWH, he served as President and CEO of the Bases Conversion and Development Authority, BCDA, where he spearheaded major development projects founded on transparency, responsibility, and efficient public service. Secretary Dizon's commitment to institutional reform and his efforts to rebuild trust in public works offer a concrete example of how accountability should function in real systems. His leadership demonstrates that accountability is not just a concept. It is the active pursuit of justice, responsibility, and service to the Filipino people. My dear brothers and sisters, please join me in welcoming Secretary Vince Dizon.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po. Good afternoon po, Maya pa. Gatpanapon po kay Katamongan. Maya pa Gatpanapon po. It's very nice to be back in Holy Angel. I think I was here last when I was still in BCDA, no, talking about deni pong developments tamo kay Clark area and kay New Clark City, kay Tarlac. So it's good to be back po, and dahil pong salamat kay nga matagi ko pong kaguran ni Among Deo. Dahil pong salamat. Apundong, Archbishop, thank you so much for having me, Father Kiko, and to the administration po of Holy Angel and to everyone present. Good afternoon to all of you. Masanting niya pong timing. I can speak between Kapampangan, Tagalog, and English, no? If that's okay. Masanting niya pong timing ini kasi napon po, I had the honor and privilege to be a guest in the launch of Sabadiha. This is the show on Radio Veritas started by Cardinal Ambo David. No, kaya beke pu'y Cardinal Ambo napon, kitang show. It was the pilot. It's it was a very meaningful discussion, no, for me especially, with Cardinal Ambo, who I haven't actually seen and spoken to in quite some time, no. Magambat kene pong kasabi Cardinal Ambo. But I wanted to just start off, no, with by saying that ito pong Sabadiha is Visayan, no. It's a Visayan phrase that means two things, no? And I just learned this yesterday. If you pronounce it, I hope I'm correct, no, for those who are from the Visayas here, if you pronounce it as Sabadiha, it is talking down or talking very strongly against people who have done wrong. No, dem pong corrupt, dem pong masanting gagawan, you say Sabadiha, and you are like telling them, mali yung ginagawa mo. No? But if you say it, Sabadiha, you are saying to the community, kailangan magtulong-tulong tayo and mag-expose tayo at magsalita tayo. No? At wag tayong matakot magsalita. I hope I got that right. No, but that was very interesting for me. I did not know this phrase before I came to the Sabadiha launch yesterday. And it was just very interesting to me that, the Filipino language and the Filipino dialects are really very rich. No? And I learned this, in fact, years ago when I was one of the volunteers for Among Ed. And I got the pleasure to meet Among Deo and Andy Alvis, who I know is very active also in Holy Angel. And they were telling me of the richness of the Filipino language and also of the Kapampangan language. That multiple phrases mean different things. And it shows the depth of the Filipino language, and the Kapampangan language as well. And I think ito pong words na ito, they're very powerful. They're very powerful because, they really allow us to express ourselves. And I think that is very, very important. Itong being able to express ourselves in a very meaningful, in a very deep manner, really is important, especially during this very, very pivotal time in our history, where we are beset with such a unprecedented and gargantuan task of speaking to power. Because ito mabigat po itong dinadaanan natin ngayon. And it really is I think a tipping point, ika nga, where, ito bang ito, papabayaan na lang natin? Or are we, as Cardinal Ambo said, are we going to allow this crisis to be just the same crisis that we have seen for so long, na wala ding mangyayari? Or are we going to make this crisis, sabi ni Cardinal Ambo, into an opportunity? To really not only call for, but really move towards lasting change. It's up to us. But it all starts with speaking to power. And I think that is very, very important po. And ito po, and, especially with the advent of social media, artificial intelligence, and all of this, there are really modern technological tools now that allow the citizenry to really speak to power and to do it more profoundly and more powerfully. And I think that is what we should all be reflecting on. We cannot allow this to just be the same scandal in the past na okay, galit tayo ngayon, mainit tayo, maingay tayo, pero pagkatapos ng ilang buwan, ilang taon, kapag hindi na mainit sa media, mag-move on na tayo and then walang mangyayari. No, I think we cannot allow that anymore. So, I just wanted to start off with that, no? That it's really about, accountability is really about ensuring that we speak loud enough so that this crisis that we face becomes an opportunity for real and lasting change that will ensure that this does not happen again. I think that should be the goal. Of course, alam ko, lahat tayo mainit, lahat tayo galit. Kailangan may makulong. Kailangan may maibalik yung pera. But I think, more important than that, ito yung medyo nawawala sa atin madalas, no? Is, ano ba ang gagawin natin to ensure that this does not happen again? So this is what I wanted to talk to you about this afternoon. And this is short presentation po. I sorry for the date and I just presented this yesterday in a conference with the private sector and the diplomatic corps yesterday, no? Yesterday morning. It was very it was a very interesting conference because it was I had just come from the office of the Ombudsman. I'm sure you know what happened yesterday, no? It was very, medyo adrenaline rush pa po ako dahil ako yung nanggaling sa Ombudsman. And meron po akong refer na mga kaso at mga ebidensya sa Office of the Ombudsman. But please allow me to start po with our President's words. No? If you would please allow me. Can we just... Sorry. Can we just go back to the... Sorry.
Una,
yung lang po, yung video lang po ni Presidente sa umpisa.
Una, mapapanagot ang mga kasama rito, mga kasabwat dito sa korupsyon. Pangalawa, maibabaw.
Ay, sorry po. Sorry, I think it's on Canva, so it's kailangan ng internet ata. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
Una, mapapanagot ang mga kasama rito, mga kasabwat dito sa korupsyon. Pangalawa, maibabawi ng gobyerno ang pera na ninakaw nila. Pangatlo, gumawa tayo ng reforma para lahat na itong klaseng korupsyon na ganito ay hindi na mauulit. Kaya yung mga taong yan na kasabwat dyan, eto, mga walang hiyang ito, na nagnanakaw ng pera ng bayan, tapos na ang maliligaya ninyong araw. Hahabulin na namin kayo.
So I just wanted to start off with the words from the President himself. No? Because, I think what is very unique about this latest corruption episode in our country, unfortunately, is that for the first time, it is the sitting President himself that actually exposed it. No, if you recall, during the SONA in late July, in the end of July, the President spoke his now very famous words of "mahiya naman kayo" in front of all the members of Congress. No? And of course, at that time, we still did not know the extent of this. I was still the OTR secretary at that time. I was in the audience and, we all stood up, the entire cabinet, and some members of Congress stood up and gave the president, some only, not all, but some, and gave the president a standing ovation when he spoke those now famous words, "Mahiya naman kayo." But I think what that triggered, because it was the president himself that said it and exposed it, I think it really triggered a whole chain of events that has led us to where we are now. And I just want to tell you a story, and next slide, please. When this was in July po, no? Late July, August, ako po'y DOTR secretary pa rin nun. On August 31, and I don't tell this story to a lot of people, no? But I wanted to tell you, no, that on August 31, that was a Sunday, ano po, no, I got a phone call, no, from the president, no, and he said, Vince, can you come see me, no? This was Sunday, and I didn't know, no, what about, but he asked to come see me, and he asked me to come see him, and I went there and we spoke, and he told me, that's where he asked me if I could become the OTR secretary, DPWH secretary. And of course, I was a little shocked because, and again, no, I can tell this story now. No, weeks before, I was actually the one being asked to speak to some people and invite them to become DPWH secretary. And the first person I spoke to was former Secretary Babes Singson. No? Kinausap ko po si Sec Babes. He's a friend. I worked with him during the administration of President Noynoy, and I also worked with him when I was in BCDA because he was a former president also of BCDA. So, kilala ko po siya. No? And I was asked by the president to call him. This was several weeks ago, sometime in August. No? And actually, muntik-munti ka na talaga si Sec Babes eh. Kaya ko okay na eh. Kaya lang, I think this was because of, reasons that are related, that are personal reasons to him and his family, hindi po niya tinanggap. No? Hindi po niya tinanggap. And there were other potential, candidates. And ako din po yung kumausap. Hindi ko na po sasabihin kung sino. Si Sec Babes ko kasi may permiso sabihin kung sino yon. So ako po yung tagatawag. Kasi po talagang the president really wanted to make a change already sa DPWH. But we could not find anyone who wanted to take it. No, nahirapan po talaga kami. And then yun nga, August 31, kinausap po ako ng presidente. Sabi niya, Vince, pwede bang ikaw na lang? Naku, ako talaga, pinawisan po ako ng magamig. Ano? Kasi unang-una, 6 months pa lang ako sa DOTR noon. Wala pa ata ang 6 na buwan. And, we were just starting with our reforms there. You know naman po how important the North-South commuter rail. Ito pong release na mo mula Manila hanggang Clark. Talagang magambat na niya pong burrito. And there were a lot of delays, no? And we were just starting to get our momentum going, especially nitang pirate kay po'y, bago ko po kilala niya yung IC Caraguas, yung dating city administrator na pong Mayor Pogi, pinirate kay po'y IC bang to handle right-of-way acquisition. And ang dami na pong nagawa ni IC, no? And marami na siyang nagawa. So, mabigat po talaga sa akin yon, no? And plus, of course, mabigat din yung alam kong papasukin ko sa DPWH. Pero, ito pong tatlong itong nakikita nyo, ito po eventually ang nagkumbinsi sa akin. Kasi ito pong tatlong ito, ang sinabi sa akin ng ating Pangulo when we had that conversation. Sabi niya, Vince, ang gusto ko lang naman, tatlong bagay lang ang gusto kong gawin mo. No? Unang-una, panagutin mo yung mga dapat managot. Wala akong pakialam kahit sino yan. Wherever the evidence leads, that is where you must go. That is what the President told me. Ikalawa, sabi niya, hindi tayo papayag na hindi natin maibalik ang pera ng mga kababayan natin. We will not allow that. No, hindi tayo papayag dyan. Yung bilyon ito, no, ang nawala dito sa Kabanang Bayan. No, over years and years, no, na pinagdaanan dito sa DPWH. And third, and dito po talaga, no, I think this is very, very important. No? Itong pagreforma. Sabi niya, I'm not putting you there to defend the agency or defend yung kalakaran na dyan. Defend o protektahan yung dating gawi dyan. Hindi, baguhin mo lahat dyan. And this is really what convinced me. No, the sincerity, I felt the sincerity of the President at that moment. Na talagang siya kahit na sino pa, sabi niya, kahit na mga kakampi natin, kaalyado natin, kahit kamag-anak ko pa yan. Sabi niya, kung saan yung ebidensya, doon ka pumunta. Babakapan kita, susuportahan kita. Kasi alam niyo po, importante pong marinig ko yun. Kasi in all my years in government, kung ikaw walang suporta ng boss, wala kang magagawa eh. Wala ka talaga magagawa. If the boss, if the president especially, does not have your back, mahirap po. Naku, ang hirap po sa gobyerno, Diyos ko. No, yung intriga, yung kaso, lahat yan. Napakahirap po niyan. So, when I heard that from the president, that is what gave me the strength to really say, sige po, Mr. President, let's do this. Let's do this together. So, yun po ang ang nangyari nung August 31. At nung August 31 ng hapon, ayun na po, in-announce na po ako. At doon na po, nagka-windang-windang na po ang buhay ko. No? Alam po ni Among Deo yan. Alam po ni Among Deo, ang kasiyahan ko lang po, mag-bike. Magbisikleta. Magbisikleta ko po, Ketty. Clark, yan nga po ang kasiyahan ko. No? Makapag-bike lang. At mag-enjoy. No? Magbabike kami dito, magbabike kami abroad. Yun lang po. Sabi ko, patay na. Sabi ko, patay na ang buhay ko. So, but, ito po talaga nagbigay sa akin ng lakas. No? Itong words ng ating Pangulo mismo. So, and I just wanted to let you know what we've done since then. So that was August 31. So in the last, 2.5 months, tama ba? 2.5 months, no? September, October, November, tama. 2.5 months, what we have done. And tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang gagawin natin dito. And of course, yung pagpapanagot, no? Next. And I guess, the most important, and I think, this was really something that, was in the minds of everyone from the very beginning. Will the president go after his cousin? Will the president allow the investigation to reach his cousin? To be quite frank, that was the question, right, from the very beginning. No, and I think yesterday, the president has answered that question clearly. And as you now know from his statement and from the referral of ICI and DPWH yesterday, ginawa na po namin yon at pinasa na po namin sa ombudsman ang ebidensya na kinagap namin over the course of the last couple of weeks, months, and several weeks, and we are there. And of course, it doesn't end there. It's only the beginning. Because now that case has been referred, or that referral has been done to the ombudsman, now it is the ombudsman's job to strengthen the case and to eventually bring it to court. No? But apart from that, I just wanted, next slide please, sorry. These are the cases and the referrals that have been filed to date, including the one, not yet including actually the one yesterday. No, 67 individuals with cases before the ombudsman already. There have been 10 referrals to the Philippine Competition Commission. 25 professionals, mostly engineers, some accountants. We have already filed for the revocation of their licenses. 33 immigration lookout bulletins have been already issued, No? And now that the first case has been filed with the Sandigan Bayan, whole departure orders are already going to be issued very soon. No? Next slide, please. For DPWH, because that was really my marching order from the President, top to bottom, panagutin lahat. So 25 have been formally charged, 34 have been issued show cause orders, 20 have already been preventively suspended. Yung 5 po na na-charge out of the 25, baka nagtataka kayo bakit 20 lang yung sinuspend. Yung 5 pong yun, wala na sa DPWH. No? We have already removed them. These are the infamous BGC boys. No? They've already all been removed. No? Sige, Alcantara, Hernandez, etc. Dismissed na po yun. We have already dismissed all of them. Next, sorry. And second, before I go to this, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po tayo sa pagkakaso. In fact, every week na po yan. Sabi nga po ni Ombudsman Remulla, he expects at least 10 to 15 cases filed with our courts before the end of the year. That means that marami talaga, sabi nga ng Presidente, marami talaga magpapasko sa kulungan. My personal count is at least 40 individuals will be spending their Christmases in jail, their Christmas in jail. At least 40. No? Ito po, meron na pong 17 na siguradong makukulong na. Non-bailable po kasi lahat ng fina-file namin eh. All the cases that we file are non-bailable. Ito pong first is malversation. Later on, I'll try to explain to you why legal strategy, I don't know if there are lawyers here, why we are filing malversation instead of plunder in most cases, no? Except in cases where we see that there is really basis for plunder. Because malversation is actually easier to prove, no, in court than plunder. And the limit is only low. It's only 8.8 million, meaning 8.8 million malversation with falsification of public documents. Anything above 8.8 million is non-bailable. No, anything. And alam niyo naman po, plunder is 50 million and all of that. And it's more difficult to prove. So, but next, I think, no, I don't want to preempt the ombudsman, but I would think next week, mafafile na rin po yung case against the Discayas next week. No, I think, no. And sigurado po silang makukulong. Maniwala po kayo sa akin. No, makukulong po sila. No, and as you can see, no, those are their cars, no, that are now being auctioned off. No, that were auctioned off. There were 7 cars initially. There are 30 cars, by the way, that are already in government hands. 30 cars, no, worth roughly, I think, couple of 100 million pesos. No, ito pa pong pito 120 na wata o 130 million. So, this was the first among many auctions. 3 or 4, I think, out of the 7 were successfully sold. That will go to the treasury in a special fund for this, no, para mabantayan natin din yung pera makukuha natin. Pero alam nyo, kahit na itong mga coaching to, no, I know this is small potatoes compared to the total na ninakaw ng mga taong to, no? But I think this is very symbolic. Kasi what this symbolizes is umpisa na tayo sa pagbabalik ng pera. No? And umpisa na po tayo. This is already the beginning. No? And I couldn't help myself. I really needed to see the umbrella. No, I needed to see it for myself. No, so I actually went and nakakatakot kasi I didn't know what to do eh. Hindi ko alam paano matanggal yung payong eh. In fact, kinabahan ako baka masira ako pa, bumaba yung value eh. Alam niyo ba kung magkano yung, by the way, sadly, walang nagbid para sa Rolls-Royce, pero I was shocked. Do you know how much the auction price was? 45 million pesos, one car. Sabi ko, grabe naman to. Pero I must admit, no, maganda po yung payong. Ha? Maganda. Maganda po yung payong. It felt expensive. No? When I opened it, it felt expensive. But apart from the auctions, the President has ordered already all the agencies of government to work together to really find sabi ng Presidente, and I can quote him, no? Sabi niya, throw everything at them. Meaning, kahit anong batas, kahit anong regulasyon na maibabato nyo sa kanila para maibawi natin ang pera, ibato nyo sa kanila. No? So, kami ho, iba-iba ang ginagawa namin. And I just wanted to go through. Next slide, please. So, just for you to know, in just 2 months, we have already frozen, well, the government through the AMLAC has already frozen 6.3 billion in assets. Almost, can you imagine, almost 2,000 bank accounts have been frozen already to date. No? 58 insurance policies, 244 motor vehicles, 144 real properties, 12 e-wallet accounts. So, all totaling 6.7 billion in just a span of 2 months. No? And this is just the beginning. No? Ang dami pa pong i-freeze na assets dyan. No? So, this is very, very important. And what the President has done is we created with the ICI what they call a restitution task force. No, yung restitution task force, ang trabaho lang niyan is mag-isip ng paraan at umaksyon para bawiin ang pera na ninakaw nila from us. No, and it includes the insurance. It includes AMLAC. It includes the Office of the Solicitor General, who will eventually file the civil forfeiture cases. It includes the Insurance Commission, the Customs Bureau, the LTO, the NBI, BIR, everybody. Kasama din po ang DPWH doon. And what we've tried to do, next slide please. Ito po yung mga partnerships na ginawa namin. No? We partnered with the Insurance Commission, with the Anti-Money Laundering Council, with the Philippine Competition Commission, with the this is all meant to get back. For example po, sa Insurance Commission, ang bawat kontratista po kasi sa DPWH ay required mag-post ng performance bond, which is roughly equivalent to about 30% of the contract. So kung 100 million yung kontrata, 30 million, pwedeng bawiin ng gobyerno yon. Kung hindi niya i-perform ng tama yung kanyang trabaho. So, we have currently demanded from the insurance companies, I think, 20 contracts already. Lahat po ng finailan namin ng mga kaso, immediately, dinidemand na namin yung performance bond nun. No? So, dun pa lang po, assuming na mostly kasi mga tig-100 milyon yung kontratang yan eh. So, 30 million times 20, that is already 6 billion ba? Tama ba ako? Oh, 600 million. 600 million dun pa lang, no? Sa 20, sorry, tama ba ako? 30 million, sorry, my math is bad. So 30 million times 20 is 600 million. Tama po, 600 million. So, and ang dami pong kontrata nito. Libo-libo pong kontrata ito. No? Ang dami po nito. Same thing what we're doing with the Philippine Competition Commission. Kasi, ang Philippine Competition Commission, meron silang rule against bid rigging. Kapag ikaw nagmoro-moro sa isang bidding o nagbiding-bidingan, pwede ka nating kasuhan sa PCC. At ang penalty po doon is from 100 million to 250 million per case. So if you're talking about thousands of cases, billion po yan, no, na pwede nating mabawi sa kanilang lahat. And of course, sa Anti-Money Laundering Council. So we're really throwing everything at them. No? And finally, sabi nga po ng Pangulo, kailangan reformahin ng DPWH. No? And if I could just go to the next. No? Ito talaga pinag-usapan namin ng Pangulo ito. No? In the past, during the time of Secretary Babe Singson, he tried to do a sweeping reform on cost. Kasi po, DPWH is notoriously known as being overpriced. Hindi ba po? Diba? So, ang ginawa po ni Secretary Babes, kung ang presyo ng isang kontrata ay 100 million, binawasan niya ng 10% across the board. So, yung 100 million naging 90 million. So, nakasave siya kagad ng 10% kasi binaba niya. Okay. Nung nag-usap po kami ni Pangulo, I brokered an idea. Sabi ko, Mr. President, kako, while yon okay yon, ang pinakamaganda kako, isa-isahin natin yung materyales. Simento, bakal, asfalto, graba, buhangin, rebar, etc. No, lahat yan isa-isahin natin. Tignan natin kako, ang presyo po kasi sa DPWH iba-iba per region. Kunyari, NCR, ibang presyo niyan sa mga island provinces like Palawan, Mindoro. Mas mataas ng konti doon, hindi ba? So sabi ko, isa-isahin po natin and then simple lang kako. I-compare natin sa presyo ng merkado. Para simple lang naman ang logic eh. Kung ang San Miguel, Metro Pacific, SM, Ayala, nakakapagpagawa ng kalye ng ganito, bakit hindi pwede yung gobyerno? Ganun din. Diba? Tama po, diba? So, and the key there is to bring down the price of each item. So, yun po ang ginawa namin. And ang napansin po namin, may mga region, sobra. Sobra ang diferensya. We saw variances of up to 70%, 70. No? In some areas, like, for example, in NCR, presyo ng, I think, gravel and sand, ang layo ng diferensya. No? Meaning, yung per ton cost ng ng graba o ng buhangin, minsan 50% up. Region 4B, yung mga island provinces sa Southern Luzon, Mindoro, Palawan, etc., etc., up to sometimes 70%, no? Yung mga diferensya. So, ang ginawa lang namin, ipinantay namin. We put it within the range of the private sector, and those are the prices that we put. And we were able to decrease materials cost by sometimes up to even 50% or more. No? Bakit importante po yun? Kasi, sabi ko kay Pangulo, and he agreed 100%, if you do this, Mr. President, now, no president, no DPWH secretary in the future can ever bring that back up. Hindi ba po? Hindi na may aakyat yan eh. Kasi hindi na, alam nyo na eh, hindi na kayo papayag. Siguro may aakyat nila yan, 2%, 3%, 5%, depending on inflation. Siyempre, tumataas naman ang presyo. Pero yung 50%, hindi na nila maibabalik yan. Huling-huli na sila dyan. They can never bring that back up. And he said, do it. Sabi niya, do it now. Sabi niya. And he said, don't just apply it to next year. Kung meron pang mga proyekto kayong ginagawa ngayon na hindi pa pinapabid, i-apply mo na yan ngayon. No? And that's what we're doing now. So ito po, no, this is one example nung sinasabi ko. If the President has your back, you can do it. But if the President does not have your back, patay. Kasi po, you can just imagine kung sino mga, alam niyo na, kung sino siguro mga tatawag sa akin dito at sabihin, sobra naman yan. And to be honest, marami na akong tumatawag sa akin. At ang sinasabi, naku, wala nang magbibid. Hindi na matutuloy yung mga proyekto kasi masyadong mababa. Para sa akin, kung nakakapagpagawa ang SM tsaka Ayala, bakit hindi kaya ng gobyerno kung ganyan ang presyo? So, this is a game changer reform. And immediately, because of this, dito po masyashock kayo, we applied this to the 2020-26 budget. Next slide, please. We will save 60 billion pesos just on that alone. 60 billion po ang matitipid ng gobyerno. And ano po ang ibig sabihin ng 60 billion? Kung i-convert po natin sa kalye, 1,600 additional kilometers of concrete road po yan. Or 1,000 additional kilometers of asphalt overlay po yan. So you can just imagine with just one reform that can no longer be changed. Hindi na mababago yan. No, maku-crucify po ang DPWH Secretary na magbabago niyan. Kasi huling-huli na eh. So, and the savings and the corruption that will be eliminated from that alone is tremendous. No? And hindi na ho yan mababago. And we are doing more. No? And this is just first among many reforms that we will be doing. In the next slide please. Sa planning and budgeting, critical po ito. No? And ito po na-discover ko at ito'y talagang na-shock po ako. No? Pagka po si Presidente o ako, magkasama kami, bumibisita sa mga flood control na either ghost o substandard, ang una po laging inihingi ni Presidente, patingin nga ng plano. Basic po yun, di ba? Pagpapagawa ka ng bahay, may plano. Papagawa ka ng waiting shed, may plano. Papagawa ka ng basketball court, may plano. Bakit pagpapagawa ka ng 100 million na flood control pag nagtanong si Presidente, asa ng plano, wala kang mapakita? Wala pong mapakita sa aming plano. Pwede ba yun? Paano nakapasok sa budget ang isang project na walang plano? Hindi ba po? Parang kamot ulo po kami ni Presidente noon eh. Paano nangyari yun? So this has to change. Kaya nga po, we created, especially for flood mitigation, we created po a task force. Kami pong dalawa, and I asked the help of former Secretary Babe Singson, and he's very willing to help. Sabi ko, Sec Babes, tulungan mo ko. Let's get the experts together, and let's make a task force for this. And sinabi ko talaga, wala akong ilalagay na flood control budget na hindi sabihin ng mga eksperto, at kasama po namin dito si Professor Mahar Lagmay ng Project NOAA, si Professor Glenn Tabios ng UP, at marami po mga eksperto. Kapag hindi po pumasa sa kanila at walang plano, hindi ko po ilalagay sa budget yan sa mga susunod na taon. Hindi po natin ilalagay yan. And that needs to be done as policy moving forward. And finally po, and this is the last one, we also forged partnerships with civil society. We signed a memorandum of cooperation with the CBCP, with the Mayors for Good Governance, led by Mayor Benji Magalong, Mayor Vico Soto, Mayor Joy Belmonte, and also with other civil society groups. And finally, this coming week, the next slide please, sorry. We will be launching the first ever transparency portal. No, i-launch po yan ng ating Pangulo mismo next week. No, at ito po talaga game changer. Bakit? Kasi po talaga, ang sabi ni Pangulo, isa publiko mo lahat. Lahat. Lahat ng dokumento, lahat ng kontrata, lahat. Isa publiko na natin yan. Kasi po, nung pumasok ko ako ng DPWH, may nagsusumbong po sa aking mga kasamahan natin sa media, na ang DPWH pala, notorious sa pagtatago ng impormasyon. And which is true. Kasi sabi ko nga, kay Cardinal Ambo kahapon, nung nag-uusap kami dun sa show, the easiest way to steal money, especially of this magnitude, is to do it in secret. That's the easiest way. Kaya po nagawa nila ito, kasi sikreto po lahat eh. Hindi ba ho? Sikreto lahat eh. Walang may alam eh na nangyayari na yan sa Bulacan, sa Mindoro, sa Bicol, sa Davao, kung saan-saan. No? Pampanga. So, ito po, magbabago po yan kapag launch na po ito sa susunod na linggo ni Presidente. So, ito po yung mga ginagawa natin ngayon. No? And again, let me just end with this. No? The President exposed this. And sinabi nga niya, kahapon, nung in-announce niya yung 17 warrants of arrests that have already been issued by sa Sandigan Bayan, and he ordered all the law enforcement agencies, NBI, PNP, DOJ, DILG, to go on a manhunt already for these individuals, including the issuance of sabi niya, pahanap na yan si Saldico, kausapin ng Interpol, etc., pahanap na yan, is sabi nga, the President exposed this, and as he said yesterday in his video address, he will end this and he will finish this. Maraming salamat po. Thank you po. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you to our speaker. Thank you, Secretary Vince Dizon. Once again, let's give him a big round of applause. Among Justin. Ayan, pakibigyan po ng microphone si Among. Para lang po alam ng ating speaker, si Secretary Vince. Ayan, para lang po alam niyo, sir, kanina pong umaga, kung akala namin wala kaming sugat, nakalkal na po ni Professor Cielo. So, mas kakalkalin po natin ngayon. So, we will address some of your questions. If you have questions or if you have reflections, we will be requesting, sir, to answer them. Sige. And Brother James. Hala. Sir? Opo.
Good afternoon po. I'm James po from Laico, Pampanga. One po, it was also our personal experience po ni Brother Noel. Way back pa po, no, we were engaged in the bidding ng DPWH as civil society. May pagkakataon po, yung mga natalong bidder hindi man malungkot, parang masaya pa. No po, and we know the story behind that one. First po, no, tanong ko lang po. One, madalas po nating naririnig ang involved lang mga congressman, senators, DPWH. How far can we go? Can we go also to the LGU? Especially po yung probinsyang Kapampangan speaking? No? It's no secret na, it's an open secret po na in Pampanga, isang pamilya lang po na nasa politika ang nagko-control sa mga contractors. Second po, siguro po iparating ko din po, na we had a meeting with TAPAT, Clergy for Good Governance, and the representative from Caritas, noong November 1, All Saints Day, nagmi-meeting kami. And November 19, kasama po si Father Justin. And then this is part of the partnership with the COM that you signed between DPWH and Caritas, na kailangan po yung monitoring involved ang mga parishioners. Of course, we still don't have the blessing of our Archbishop on that one. No po? Assuming po we push through with that one, ang main concern po namin, security po ng mga volunteers. So we brought it up with TAPAT, na how's the security? Will DPWH, through Secretary Vince, help us in asking PNP or law enforcement agency to protect our volunteers? So 2 questions lang po. Yung first, can we go as far, especially po yung mga kabalin? And then second po, can you help us to secure yung pong safety ng mga volunteers namin if we push through in monitoring the projects?
Sir, maraming po salamat. Mumuna po kitang first question. We will go as far as we need to go or as low as we need to go. No, in fact, we already started in Pampanga when Mayor Magalong and myself visited a very substandard flood control project in Arayat. No, so that is going to happen definitely po. We will do that. No, I mean, paulit-ulit si Pangulo, no? Wala tayong sisinuhin dito. No, it's just that, syempre, sa dami po talaga nito. No? We just need to be able to do this in a systematic way para ho talagang we don't miss anything. No? And we file cases that will really be strong enough to convict. No, yun ang importante. Sabi nga ni Pangulo, madaling mag-file ng kaso eh. Pero, kailangan yung kasong ipa-file, kailangan matibay na kaso. Kung hindi, wala din. Ano mangyayari? Ganun din. Mauulit lang yung mga nakita nating mga pangyayari nung nakaraan. So, that's my answer po to the first question. The second question, most definitely po, we will, thank you for bringing that up. Actually, hindi ko po naisip yon. But you are absolutely right. There is a security issue involved, especially in implementing the Citizens Participatory Audit, no, enshrined in our Memorandum of Cooperation. So definitely po, we will assist. I will personally assist po in asking the PNP and the law enforcement agencies to provide security to our volunteers.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sige po. So, ang ating President ng Archdiocesan Council of the Laity, Brother Rene.
Rene Galak po. Good afternoon, Sec Vince. Thank you for being with us despite your very busy schedule. My first question is a very personal. Actually, you have started your talk with speaking out the truth. I've been following the investigation as well as your inspections. In one of your inspections, if I remember it right, you said hayop ang gumawa nito. No, you said that. That is Bulacan, ano? So I got curious and I would like to ask you personally, what made you say that? Before you answer, I have a second question which is related to that. No, siguro ako naisip ko, with the scope na nakita nyo, nawala na yung pagkatao ng tao, yung nature niya as God creation dahil sa nangyayari. That's my POV. And then my second question, sir, what concrete actions as church, both the clergy and the lay, na we can take to support you on this advocacy of reforming our institutions in the government? Thank you very much.
Sir, maraming salamat po. That's a interesting, and I'd be, this was the inspection in Bulacan. Kaya ko po nasabi yon, to be quite honest. And I will be, ako kasi, I tried not to, lose my cool, especially in public. Kasi, kaya lang yun talaga, yun tsaka yung Davao Occidental. Talagang medyo, kailangan ko mangumpisal kamamong Deo. Kasi may nagkas ko rin live TV ka rin eh. So, it's because when I saw the people, it's really, nakakagalit talaga. When I went to Bulacan, this was in Calumpit, I think. No? Pagkadating ko po kasi doon, bumaba ako, sinagubong po ako ng kapitan, and may mga tao doon. And they told me, their community is flooded 8 months out of 12 every year. 8 months. Yung tag-ulan natin, hindi nga 8 months yun eh. So, ibig sabihin, kahit hindi tag-ulan, baha sila. No, and I saw the kids, parang it was like, normal na sa kanila yun eh. It's just part of parang, wala namang gobyerno dito, wala namang mag-aayos nito. Tapos, you see this, that was meant to alleviate their plight, and then talagang binaboy. That's why I said that. Yung binaboy, kaya sabi ko, hayop talaga to mga to. Hindi na tao, hayop. Kasi talagang binaboy nila yung, sorry, I don't mean to disrespect the pigs, no? No disrespect to our pigs, no? Pero binaboy talaga. No, that's why talagang nagalit ako doon because I saw the people. Same thing doon sa Davao. Kaya ako napamura doon kasi I saw, it was liblib na lugar ito in Davao Occidental. No? We had to, kami yun ni Mayor Benji noon. No? So we went to a far-flung area and there was a community by the river. There was a school and there was houses there. And I was talking to the students. Sabi ko, sir, binabaha talaga kami dito kasi katabing-katabi ng river yung halos, no? Baka wala pang 30 meters siguro, 20 meters lang. Nandun na yung school, no? And then, this district engineer there, I asked him, Kako, yung papel dito, nakalagay, completed ito and fully paid nung June ata of 2022. Sabi sa akin ng mga tao dito, wala namang project dito eh. Nung 2022 may mga simento lang na ganyan eh. Yung dinatnan namin, simento lang. Tapos may nakausring 2022 so 3 years ago. No, 3 years ago pa yon. Okay. So tinanong ko siya. Sabi ko, engineer, Kako, kung ikaw ba, magpapagawa ng bahay, Kako, ikaw ba, magbabayad ka ng buo sa contractor mo kapag hindi pa tapos yung bahay mo? Sabi ko, sir, syempre hindi po. Kako, bakit dito nagbayad ka ng buo nung 2022, 3 years na wala pa yung flood control dito. Ay sir, kasi nangako yung contractor na tatapusin niya kung di ka pa naman pagagago sorry. Although I said something worse than that, Father. Pasensya na ka mong. So, sino ba namang hindi mapapamura kung gano'n ang sagot sa'yo, hindi ba? So it's really, and by the way, that guy is going to go to jail very soon. Kasama siya doon sa mga magpapasko sa kasama ng mga iba pang mga gumawa no? Kasi na-file na yung kasong yun Final namin yun mga 3 weeks ago So sigurado yun, makakasuha na yun in the next few weeks. So, yun po, no? Yun po that's where my emotions came from, no? Now, as to how the church can help, I mean, I think the church is already organizing itself, no? And we want to thank Cardinal Ambo and our Archbishop and all our other leaders of the church because they're very active, no? But ito pong memorandum of cooperation natin with the CBCP, with Mayors for Good Governance, and with Tapat, ito po importante yan. Kasi kasama yan sa monitoring. Kasi alam nyo, no, and I will tell you this, no, hirap talaga ang gobyerno. Alam nyo kung bakit? Do you know how many projects the DPWH implements every year? Guess. Thousands. This year, 34,000 ongoing projects. Paano naman po mamomonitor yan ng tama? Imposible. Imposible po yan. Kaya madali pong mandaya Kasi wala talaga nagmamonitor. No? So, now we're going to try to use technology to do that. You'll see it next week when the President launches the portal. But, apart from that, apart from technology, we will need warm bodies. Seeing, checking, reporting. Kaya importante po, game changer po yung isumbong sa Pangulo. Kasi ngayon, meron ng empowered na yung community, yung citizenry, yung civil society, na mag-check. Diba? Marami po tayong gagawin na gano'n using technology to help everyone. No? So, that is how you can help po. And I hope, this will not just be something that will be now na mainit ito, pinag-uusapan. Hopefully, we can find a way to really make this lasting, no? And make it a really institutional way of monitoring these projects. Kasi, kung maayos natin yung planning, maayos natin yung bidding, ngayon, inaayos na natin yung presyo, kung maayos natin ang monitoring, wala na silang opportunity to do this again in the future.
And salamat po.
Check, Vince. So maraming salamat po.
Father, kakailanganin natin yun ng maraming volunteers.
Oo,
Father.
no?
Isa, para sa mga magmo-monitor sa mga bidding, so PPCRV, volunteers. Next po, yung mga members po, kailangan namin ng additional members, sina Kuya Joe at Brother Noel sa Prison Apostolate. At kailangan po namin ng additional budget po para so parang nakikiniginitan namin, kakailanganin namin ng additional volunteers. Kukunin natin ang mga contractors na mag-volunteer.
Siguro po also to add, yung tanong ni Brother Rene dun sa second question niya, yung lamang pong pagbibigay ninyo ng oras ngayon para makinig at mag-attend sa ating Kanawan Conference, isang malaking step na ho ito na ginagawa natin bilang simbahan.
Thank you.
So maraming salamat po. Other questions po?
Ayan, sige po. Brother, you're muna, yung naka-blue. Ayun, yung sister.
Good afternoon, Vilma Panlilio po from CWL, Archdiocese and Holy Family Vicariate. Ang question ko po, sir, not actually question. My concern is, after the President gave you this magnanimous job, paano ho ninyo susuportahan o protektahan ang sarili nyo?
Well, unang-una, ako, kilala na ako pong among Beo. Ito po, yung bodyguard ko. Ito. Si Pei. Si Pei, tumayo ka. Yan po. Hindi po. Ano po yan? Triathlon team po natin yan.
Napakalaki po kasi at napakalaking tao ng inyong...
Opo. Well, of course, I have security, which among Teo knows this, I hate it. It's not, I've never had security in my life, even in my previous stints in government. But I remember the President saying to me, because nalaman niya na ayoko mag-bulletproof, ayoko mag-ganon. Sabi niya, Vince, come here. Sabi niya, people have killed for much, much less than this. Sabi niya, so you better do something. I'm ordering you. So, I have security naman po, ma'am. So, But thank
Opo.
you so much po. Can
And-
concern you. Thank you so much po.
We are so proud
Dahil
of you po.
salamat. Ay, lagi po, basta tayo po, trabaho lang.
Salamat.
Mag-obra tamo po. Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am. Another question. Yes, sir.
Maya pa orasingan po kaya katamo. Especially kaya katamo nga
Nakapunsa ka.
mengutang pa mo magnani po speaker. Actually po, I'm from Parish of Biren de los Remedios in Santo Domingo, Minalin. I'm Fortunato Simbulan, an engineer by profession as well. Malati ko naman pong kontratista no itamo. Anya sa ingkana kong concern po more on what you have discussed about our projects in the PWH. Muna ko pong dealing kutang, yung pong nabanggit ninyong reduction of 50% sa materials, that is very good. Ang inaalala po namin, alimbawat na wala na po ito, pero hindi pa rin po kami nakakasiguro 100% na yung SOP na iingin ng DPWH officials ay mawawala na.
Tama po yan.
Isa po yan. Kasi wala pong project ng DPWH na yung 100% ay napupunta lahat sa proyekto. Mataas na po siguro yung 40% na napupunta sa actual na project. At ang kinalulungkot pa po natin, ako bilang ordinaryong mamamayan, yung gawa ng gobyerno ay napakalayo sa gawa ng pribado. Samantalang yung mga pribado, sino-sino lang gumagamit doon. Samantalang pagka sinabi mong daan, lahat dumadaan doon. Makikita mo ba naman yung tulay? Yung approach niya, kulang na lang, lilipad ka eh. Mali. Iba't ko po Saudi, Pilipino lang engineers din gagawa. Tignan mo yung daan nila doon. Napaka-smooth. Tulay. Perfect. What keti po? Nga tamo. Makakalungkot. Siguro po, we have to standardize the design and ito po sinabi yung monitoring is one of our priority. Dakal po salamat.
Dakal po salamat, sir. Basta tingin po yung sinabi nyo, bago yung SOP, yan talaga kailangan tayong i-clamp down yan. There is no silver bullet, Kenny. It will be a combination of many reforms. Reduction of price, that's one major one. Planning it properly, designing the projects properly, that is another. Stuko po ken. Monitoring, metong niya po yan. Importante po yan. Pero, itang bidding, itang pagsisigurado na aganay ning bidding-biddingan na ini. Metong niya po yan. But they all have to come together. Kailangan sabi-sabi taga pong gawan din. Kasi there will always be opportunity eh. But if we put all of that together, then tingin ko po, nung man ma-eliminate zero, ay halos ma-zero na po yan. Kasi magkasakit ka po eh. Lalo na yung monitoring, makanano ka nung monitor ka rin proyekto na rin citizens tamo, magkasakit ka. And it will be very difficult already for the contractor say, what din ang nakang 10% kailangan, ariyang kening on time, ariyang kening gusto. I have to finish this on schedule and right quality. Magkasakit na po ito. So, we have to remove the incentives or we have to disincentivize SOP and all of this. That's the only way. But we have to do it with a multitude of reforms. Sabi-sabi. Not together. If we don't do it, meron pa rin gulusot dyan.
Thank you, sir. Last two questions. Yung youth leader natin na nakatayo doon. Sige, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone, especially to our speaker po, Secretary Dizon. My name is Caitlin Santos po. I am an social work intern po ng SACO. Nabanggit niyo po kanina, Secretary, na yung mga budget po dun sa pag-auction ng mga sasakyan is mapupunta po dun sa special funds po.
Sa Treasury. Yes, sa Treasury.
Ayan po. Nabanggit din po ni Dr. Magno kanina, yung first speaker po natin, as po for transparency. Pwede po kaya naming malaman kung yung mga special funds po na yan, kung saan po mapupuntang program. And if possible po, meron po bang site na mabivisit po namin kung yung mga tamang pag-budget po ng mga programs, projects, para po malaman po namin kung tama po ba, napupunta po ba sa tama yung kaban ng bayan.
Tama po.
Thank you so
Unang-una
much
po, I think yung ang gagawin po ng ating Pangulo is hindi dapat pinaghahalo yung pondo na makukuha din sa pagbabawi ng pera sa ibang pondo ng gobyerno. There has to be very clear and transparent fund so that these will go to the right projects and the right priorities. I think that is yun ang plano ng Pangulo. No? And I'm sure he will be announcing that very soon. No? Now, for the site, ito nga po, at least for DPWH, no? Mag-launch po kami next week, ang Pangulo mismo ang mag-launch. And dun nyo po makikita talaga kung ano ang project, eksakto, nasaan, at kung ano na ang status niya, magkano, etc., sino ang contractor. Lahat po yon makikita nyo po dito sa transparency portal na ito.
Thank you so much,
Thank you po.
Secretary.
Kahit po marami pang tanong, alam ko, no? Last question na ho tayo, no? Coming from our dear sisters,
Kanina po.
Kanina pa po, no? O sige, we'll see if we can still accommodate the question. Sige po.
Okay. Brother Noel Sibal po, CSO Bids and Awards Observer po, dito po sa Region 3 at saka ilang district po. Kaya panahon pa po ni Cardinal Lambo, Bishop Ambo dati dito. Ano po. Alam mo na po, matagal po kami nagbabantay, no? Sa DPWH. Maganda po yung kay Secretary Babe Singson. Medyo nagkaloko-loko nung bandang 2016. Doon na po pumasok yung pong mga ghost projects. Na po. Nung una, talagang ang ganda po ng aming pagbabantay. Masanting la po, pero big kasakit kami yung Taulina. Siyempre, kulang kami rin po budget. Huling, ngayon po, pwedeng manyad king gobyerno, huling civil society. At very limited po yung budget king parokya. Yeah? Yan na minsan kami, personal na po, gastos yung gewami. At kung malating business kanita, kay Holy Angel, kapinaka yung panintunan ko, ila rin din tao, ila pong papadala ko, makanyan, pati na po kaya rin aliluwang gobyerno. At nakaya pong kapagal, sustuwi po yung bidding, putang karas ka rin. Magtaka kami po, sabi natin Brother James, at bala maswelo pala rin yung bidding, at kaya diyang masambot la. Bandang tawli pala ating medyo kalokohan. Abalo ko na, itang metong may gikeng kumpari. Karing ko abalo, 30% siya pala yung project. Another 30%, ipupunta yun. Balo, makanano na yung gagawin DPWH ka rin po. Ila pala yung magbantay kayong bidding kay Bat. Tatakot la ka rin engineer, ay ka rin representative, ka rin congressman. Pota ka nung milipat la. Yung balo, makanano la ka power poll, then congressman. So, kay Bat itang 10%, dati may pupuntaya naman. Sabi da, kanyang Malacanang. Ako balo nung makanano katutuita. Yan po. Aliwa po siguro ngayon Kanita pa. Kanita pa po. Kanya pong 2016. Balo ko mo getang maiging kumpare ko. Nagaya pong kapagal, bigla-bigla makanyan. Yan po. So, balo mi po ito. Kaya pong kumpare ko. At bigla-bigla pin, nung binagyo, may nga nabalo ini. Lalo na rin yung ghost projects rin. At ina palang second entry to third entry, bayad nila, ila pa may deliver. Siguro may itong mong recommendation yung kaya po, kalupan na drugs po, dapat it's a whole nation approach. Aliwa mo kaming pisamban. Pwede pong iabem lang mo naman dahil other faith base. Pati born again. And even inipugawan mo na dapat di Bishop Ambo. Anamili pa siya mo yung architect Suset, kaya yung Holy Angel, may puntaya UP. Involved nila rin yung estudyante. Dani pong estudyanteng engineers, makanya nang po rin yung accountants. Nung pwede yung pong agawa, yabe mila naman, banta mas kain tayo po yung alabanan tayo po yung graft and corruption. Kita mo po, dahil salamat.
Salamat po. No, definitely po, we will do that also. I mean, very important po talaga yung kaya. participation na ning madla, especially the organized groups tamo. So that's very, very, regardless of faith, religion. Importante po yan.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir. Last question po.
From the
Sister, wait lang po. Si sister muna. Ano? Opo, napila po siya kanina. Sige po, sister.
Opo, Sir Vince, the first day na nagsalita ka tungkol sa flood control, hindi na po kami tumigil ng pagdadasal para sa iyong kaligtasan. Nagpapasalamat po
Thank you
kami
so
sa
much po,
opo,
sister.
sa Panginoon dahil sa lakas ng loob ninyong manindigan. At very proud po kami dahil Kapampangan kayo. Yes.
Thank you po.
Ang aking pong tanong sa patuloy na paglala ng baha dahil sa climate change. Bilang isang leader po ng DPWH, paano po kaya natin masisiguro na yung mga project sa flood control ay may malaking epekto sa susunod na pagharap natin sa mga mga nalasasalanta? Ano po yung priority ng DPWH? Anong bayan ang pwede nating unahin muna ng inyong ahensya? At paano po kaya mababalik ang tiwala ng bayan sa DPWH?
Thank you po, sister. Dahil po salamat. Thank you so much for your prayers. It really means a lot po. Thank you so much po. Doon po sa unang tanong, ang critical po dito, and again, babalikan ko po yung sinabi ko kanina tungkol sa tamang pagpaplano. No, yun po kasi ang naging problema eh. And I will be very frank to you. Problema kasi dito sa mga ginawang mga flood control na ito, kaya naman hindi yan pinlano kasi hindi naman flood mitigation ang objective. Ang objective kumita. No, yun ang objective eh. Ang objective kaya ginawa yung flood control, kaya may makikita kayong mga dike kung saan-saan na lang. Tapos may mga dike pa kahit na walang community doon, may dike doon. Kaya nila ginawa yun kasi nga yun ang pinagkakitaan lang eh. No? So that is the problem. So kaya nga ang ginawa ng Pangulo for 2026, sabi niya, Vince, lahat ng flood control na nandyan sa kasi nung pumasok po ako ng September, meron na pong budget ang DPWH for 2026, sinabit na sa Kongreso. At dun sa budget na yon, merong 250 plus billion for flood control. So sabi ni Presidente sa akin, tanggalin mo yan lahat. Tanggalin mo yan lahat. Kahit na, and marami pong mga nagagalit kasi sabi nila, in fact, nung nasa Congress po ako, pinapagalitan po ako. Kasi daw, binabaha daw sa lugar nila, bakit wala daw flood control? So I had to defend it. But the reason of the President, bakit niya pinatanggal yon? Kasi sabi niya, malay ko ba, baka yung mga flood control na yan for 2026, ganun din. So sabi niya, better to scrap everything, start from zero, and then gumawa na tayo nung tamang flood control. So yun ang logic ng Presidente, which to me, I really appreciate it. Sabi ko, tama po yun, Mr. President. Kaya po, for the first time in I don't know how many years, ang budget ng DPWH bumababa imbes na tumataas eh. So, ma'am, ang sagot ko po, sister, is from now on, kailangan yung flood control na gagawin sa mga susunod na budget, yung tama na at totoo ng flood control. Yung talagang tama na talagang makakapag-mitigate ng pagbabaha. And ito nga po ang ginagawa namin ngayon ni Presidente. We started in Metro Manila. Yesterday, we were in Cebu. We're already starting working with the private sector and the LGUs and the provinces to start itong Oplan kontrabaha namin. We launched it in Metro Manila, yesterday in Cebu. Ito po yung plano ni Mr. Ramon Ang na ang pinakamadali at pinakamurang paraan para i-mitigate ang flooding. Hindi naman mawawala. I-mitigate lang is maglinis tayo sa ating mga waterways. We have to clean our waterways from garbage. We have to dredge our waterways because they are already heavily silted. Kaya wala po, kasi yun, dati naman po, yung dredging naman yung pinagnanakawan. dredging kuno, pero hindi naman talaga nag-dredge, no? Pero ito, totoong dredging, talagang papalaliman natin ang ating mga waterways para po yung tubig lalabas na papuntang dagat. Halimbawa po, yung mga problema natin sa sa Pampanga River at sa iba pa naming river systems na dapat mabilis na lumalabas papuntang Manila Bay. Kaya po nababaha ang ating 3rd District. No? 3rd District ba? Sorry. 4th District. Sorry. 4th District natin. No? So, kailangan yan, yung daloy ng ating waterways, pabilisin natin at pagalimin natin para mabilis na. So, we are doing that now. But we are also now planning with Sec Babe Singson, implementing the 18 major river basin master plan. Unfortunately, hindi po ito in-implement ng tama. No? We have to implement this na seriously. And yun po ang gagawin natin for that.
Thank you po. Sige, last na lang. Last na lang po
Sir, good afternoon po.
Afternoon po.
I'm Dinah Dizon, kapilido po nyo.
Opo,
Sir, tanong ko lang po, na sabi nyo lahat yung problema. Talagang hindi lang problema, serious na serious ang problema. Ano po ang naging specific role ng Commission of Audit? Kasi po alam ko may post-audit, may pre-audit, but
Wala akong pre-audit. Yun ang problema.
wala pong pre-audit.
Wala na. Pre-audit was...
Million po ng pre-audit?
Pre-audit of COA has not been done, I don't know, the last 10 years, I think. No? 10 taon na o mahigit pa. Hindi na po tayo nagpi-pre-audit. In fact, isa ho yan sa mga recommendation na ibalik ang pre-audit. Ngayon po kasi everything is post-audit. Wala akong pre-audit ngayon na. Matagal nang wala.
Pag po post-audit nun, siyempre po nakita na nila ang problema no, but nag-escalate.
So one recommendation nga po is to bring back pre-audit. But we have to be, very careful in making sure na hindi naman nadidelay ang mga proyekto. No, yun ang nagiging problema kasi dati kaya tinanggal. Pero matagal na pong tinanggal ang pre-audit. No, so now there are discussions now in Congress to bring it back. So, but we will leave that up to Congress po kung anong gagawin nila dyan.
Thank you po.
Thank you po. Thank you so much.
Ayan. Thank you, sir. And thank you for your question. So we will be requesting,
so
sir,
much.
to stay on stage. And Father Justin, and we will be requesting our Archbishop to award the certificate of appreciation and some tokens for our speaker. May I read the citation? Salamat po, sir. Sige, while waiting for the tokens. Thank you for going out of your comfort zone, no? Kung gaano karami yung problema natin, para marami, ang laki din ng responsibility ng ating speaker. The Roman Catholic Archdiocese of San Fernando and the Social Action Center Pampanga Incorporated awards this certificate of appreciation to Honorable Vivencio B. Dizon in grateful recognition of his invaluable service as plenary speaker during the Kanawan 2025, a conference on integral development and social responsibility. Your generosity in sharing your expertise and insights has greatly enriched the conference and inspired our continuing mission of transparency, accountability, and service to the community. Given this 22nd day of November in celebration of the solemnity of Jesus Christ, King of the Universe at Holy Angel University, Angeles City. Signed by our Executive Director, Social Action Center, Pampanga, Reverend Father Justin G. Gatus, MDM. Signed by our Archbishop of San Fernando, Most Reverend Florentino G. Lavarias, DD. Once again, Honorable Vivencio B. Dizon. Salamat po, sir. Huwag mag-alala, mamaya po, meron po tayong sarili. But we will be requesting our secretary to stay for some moments more so we can listen to the message of our Archbishop, Most Reverend Florentino G. Lavarias, DD. Palakpakan po natin siya. Pagkatapos na daw po ng message ng ating Archbishop. Sige. So magpapapicture na po muna tayo. Sige. Wag po kayong aalis, sir. Okay, sige. Find your place po. And then give your best smile. Yung ngiting wagi, malapit na po tayong magtagumpay. Okay, ready po. Give your best smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, yung ngiting tagumpay po, malapit na po. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And then yung yung final ano po, yung ating video. So, Secretary, Kanawan po, ano, ganyan po ang ating steps. Okay, ready? Kanawan 2025. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Palakpakan po natin ang ating Panginoon. Maganda po pala pagkasarali ang leader natin, yung mga pare, ano. Mas buo yung mga boses nila. Okay, so we now listen to the message of our dear Archbishop, Most Reverend Florentino G. Lavarias. Palakpakan po natin siya.
So, masayan ako po massage siya na. So, muna po, dakala salamat kaya kayong panyatang. Sabi natin, Father Justin, your presence is already something that is worth considering. Kaya kayong pamangilala, kayong ulaganan ng kay katande patangin, ng gewa. Thank you very much, karing kay katamong in-invite, Dr. Cielo. Magno, ang po yung kay katang kabalen, kati Pampanga, Honorable Vince Disan. Kanyang datang ko po kasi, may ngumpil ko pa, then Disan ko 2 last questions, katang first talk. Kaya may ngutang kumukang kainan din nung nanoy pisabihan. Pero, kanyang bayo tami kawakawani, at may nga di, at ating magsalita na kanyang magumpisa, itayata ang pangadiyo, pengadiyo, disturb us, Lord. Sabi ko, sipin kami nga pundeyo, magugulo yata yung nga pong ginukay katamo ako. Kasi yung kay katamong kanawan, bisa tang maging manawa, ginhawa, kay but disturb us, Lord. But then, makanya naman talaga yung biye. Pache, at initang ginhawa, then, the experience of ginhawa kay kamu, and others are not experiencing this, that is also dangerous. We become manhid. Nung lalaki ka, manhid. Nung babae ka, womanhid. Okay, at least makiramdam ko pa pala. Serious one tanay ngayon. Okay. So, di natantamo kayo ni at nandin datang ko hanggang ngayon higit ko may biya tamo diwa. May biya ko diwa. At yung kaya kantamong biya, lalong-lalo na king diwa na nilikwa ng Pope Francis Bayo Yameco, dineclare in 2025 as Jubilee of Hope. Jubilee of Hope. Importante in kapanayan. Para bang kanita may katune, kanawan. Aluwa mo itang alang manako. Kulingan dyan alang manako, pwede mo rin alang kanawan. Mintatamo pa mo king sementeryo ng November 1 alang manako. Himik la rin ka rin. But then, if there is kapanayan, if there is hope, karinta mo mapibye, kaya katang karanasan na kanawan. Indeed, in order to experience hope, in context siya pinitang the seeming experience of hopelessness. Kaya po makanyan, when there is seeming hopelessness, that triggers the rising of hope. Malapit na mo po yung Pasko. At po tambabalikan tamo makanyan din at ang ingapong Ginu, kanyang madalumdum. Karinya bibait. At busal na ng karalumduman ni gradually linto ing sala. So may kiramdam tamo nan din, atin lang sinabi kay katamo, ing makanano, ing sistema na ning corruption kano. Monopoly, kay ba? Discretion, minus, accountability equals corruption. Monopoly. Nino mo ikakatamo yung pamimiyalong monopoly. But you know, monopoly tang you are in control. Yan, and din misasabi kami rin, pari, ini it's also something that is directed to us. Itamong pari kem parokya. When we monopolize almost everything. So challenge siya mo naman po kaya kami. So, at siguro kayo, sopan nyo kami mo naman. Kaya kubalo nung kailangan tamo naman mga bit, itang gagawa na ng President, banta, padala kayo naman text. So that you can help us also become transparent. Okay? So, pwede, aduan tayo kay ngapong kinuita. Sabihan tamo, bisa ke pusale se karem parokyami, pero ye pangini. Willing naman manayay ngapong Pero, this is something important kay katamo. We have to be men and women of hope. Ulim po tang akakit tamo talaga atin daranas kasakitan. Din in taon din mangailangan lang piyakitanan hope, pag-asa. Dahil nga dwa tamon inagkat ngeni, palagay ko, may biya tamo diwa ngeni. May biya ko po pag-asa? At least, ating apat na may kibat. So, may biya ko po pag-asa? Okay. At panayopi sasabihan nandin, iya angka, kisalita, aksyon. Ngayon. So, sinabi yun, may biya kayo diwa, may biya kayo kapanayan, then, habi-habi tampakit ita. Ating ko po nga pansinan, maralas kay katamo po tampi sasabihan nung nano yung daptan, then kayo sasabihan tamo, nano mo kaya yung gawa tamo bilang Santa Iglesia, atamo. Palagay ko po bawas-bawasan tayo ito. Siguro nga sabi tamo, nano mo kaya yung gawa tamo bilang memalen? Kasi po nga sabi tamo na yung gawa tamo bilang Santa Iglesia, ang gakakareng Katoliko. But you had seen what was presented to us is not only the concern of Catholics, it is the concern of all Filipinas. But as we work on this, let's reach out also to those who do not share our faith. As sabi na nandin, Honorable Vince, na this is not something about faith and religion. Everybody is a stakeholder. At burikendinan, malalama, kabaldugan mo rimini o context kindiwanan ng kakatang kasalpantayanan. St. Paul, in one of his letters to the Corinthians, if I'm not mistaken, chapter 12, we are a body. May itong tamong katawan. Ating katawan, ating niyang miyayaliwang party. Ala ko pang menaki tao na puro yang mata. Ala kong may taong hikit puro yang bitis. So, miyayaliwa tamo, atin tamungan party. So, lawan tamo siguro, patang muli tamo, nano tamo kaya? Nano tamo king katawan ng Kristo? So, start from there. Bantaki tamo, na makanano tang misaub-saub in addressing the present situation. May itong iiburi ko sanang sabihan din tungkol ka rin yung sinabi yung Honorable Vince, pinitan tungkol kay dining projects na talagang kailangan. Kubalo nung ating kayong grupo na talagang gawaya national. Gawaya makalistay ka rin nung nukar na talaga kailangan. Ampo nung nukar rin malyaring gawang building or structures. And maybe siguro we can go down to the level of our local situation. Nung makananong atin mo naman engineers or groups kayong meto nga lugar. Halimbawa, Masantol, halimbawa, Mabalacat, Angeles, na makaplatsangan in terrain at ating bawal manalakad na anumang structure ka rin ulin dadalanan niyang danom yan. Kailangan niya dalan. I don't know nung agawa tamo po ita. Bangkanita, potang ininggagawan tamo ngayon ating niyang plano. Kimbage, sabi ng Brother Vince nandin, itang alam plano nga na rin kay. Pero palagay ko tilang plano rin. Nung siya magkano yung akwara, makaplano na rin. Wait mo. So at least makirandam ko pa pala. So finally, pwede po yung pakatandaan tamo. Muna po, buri ko nga balo nung Katoliko kayo nga. Katoliko kayo nga po? So may binyag kayo, Balo yu po, nung nanoy mumunarang kita nga niyang mabinyag tamo. Balo yu po? Nino, sa sakwilye is? Okay, sa sakwilye Satanas? Nangaldoye sa sakwil. Nangaldo? Friday? Friday. Nang oras sa sakwil. Although, it seems like a joke, but it's good to address this particular question. Sa sakwil Satanas? Ala ko pa pungikit, may minyag. I don't know, yapong Kenneth, potatin ray na ini. Nabibinyagan na lakay ba't kit naroon tegawa ng pompengaring pangako yung patenya Satanas. Ala ko pa puntintam makanyan. Taya pate Satanas. We can only renounce and denounce. Okay? That is why ang kapupot ang matetamo, we will be enduring evil. And helping one another endure evil without falling into its power, that is our source of kanawan and source of hope. So siguro may papanantabi tamo, banta isundo tayang sasakwil Satanas. Buriyo po yung ating kong kalaban? Ikay po, buriyo yung ating kong kalaban? Hale, nanuyay Satanas. Nanuyay Satanas. Anak tamo pa pong malati, may kilaban tanay. We declared war already with Satan. Let us continue the war. Okay? Pero yung sasabihan kong war kayo luwari itang pamatenta na rin tao. Doon ay itang gawa na Satanas. Ikat yun na po yung Satanas? Ko po pakalawin. Ipong Satanas, anything that pushes us against the will of God. Anything that turns us away from God is Satanas. And central to this, in Satanas, yapining ego. E-G-O. Edging God out. When we remove God out of our lives, then, payawis da katamo sigurado kay Senate hearing. Yes. At nano yung katang antidote, king ego, kailangan tamong maging tao. Napundatan ko kini, nanda ko rin pari, among nanuya po yung vision nyo kayong clergy ng Pampanga. Sabi ko makanya, nung inventong kay kayo, muntaya, kay ngaluan lugar, at abalura, limbawa mo, Baguio, ay, pari ya Pampanga yan, tao ya yan. Tao la rin pari Pampanga. Tao, T-A-O. Transparency, accountability, and openness to God's saving actions. And today, I declare, this is not only for priests. Sana po tangunta kayo kareng aluang lugar, miras ko mo Davao. Ay, Pampanga ka? Sigurado tao ka. You are transparent, you are accountable, and you are open to God's saving actions. And I believe, buat ang akit din pasibay, Brother Vince kanyan, Pampanga ka, kaya pala, tao ka eh. You are transparent, you are accountable, and open to God's saving action. So, thank you very much po.
Salamat po, Apong Dong. Sige. Ang ngeni po, pakiramdaman tayo naman ni Father Justin para kayang Thanksgiving message. So, syempre, biya tayo mo naman po yung pinakamasikang tampalakpak para kayo.
Mabilis lang po, kagaya ng lagi kong invitasyon kapag ako'y nagtutok. Inhale. Inhale muna kayo. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Isa pa, inhale. Exhale. Last na, inhale. Exhale. Ituloy nyo ho yan, no? Huwag kayong titigil. Yan ho ang kanawan. Inawa. Pangisnawa. And with that, nais ko pong ibigay ang napakalaki at maraming pasalamat sa mga sumusunod. Una po sa lahat, syempre po sa ating pinakamamahal na Arsobispo Apong Dong, sa ating pong, sa kanyang support at sa kanyang pagtatapos sa tao kanina, no? Openness to God's saving action. Likewise, I would like to thank the clergy of the Archdiocese of San Fernando, Pampanga. No? Una po sa lahat, syempre yung aking mga ever-supportive na mga previous directors, mga mentors ko sa Social Action Center of Pampanga. No? Una po, si Among Deo. Maraming salamat po, Among Deo. Among Kiko. And ang aking pong naka-housemate, si Among Kenneth. Dakal salamat, Amongs. And also sa mga nanonood na clergy, no? Nakita ko may mga nanonood na clergy na nagpadala rin ng kanilang mga representatives. Susunod po ang ating mga religious communities, my dear sisters, dakal pong salamat King Pamanagun at sa mga pari po na naririto kanina. And also to the parish lay leaders and service ministry members, higit na lalo sa inyo ho na naririto ngayon na nag-attend, nakialam, nagnilay at tumanggap sa hamon para manatad kanawan. Palakpakan tala po rin kaya katang sarili. Also, to the Archdiocesan Council of the Laity headed by Brother Rene, dakal pong salamat. Susunod ho, syempre sa ating napakagandang venue, no? Kanina ho, marami kaming pinagmamasdan, may mga natutulog, no? Pero hindi ho masisi, no? Kasi ho, napakaganda po ng venue. Maraming salamat po sa generosity. Holy Angel University, and syempre sa ating pong President, si Sir Leo Valdez. Siyempre rin po sa ating pong mga speakers, Prof. Shelo Magno and Secretary Vince Dizon. At siyempre po kanina po, niligtas niya po yung crowd. No? Hindi po naging boring yung crowd. At maraming salamat po sa pagtanggap ng hamon at responsibilidad ng ating pong MC para sa event na ito. Sister Weng Sibal, dakal pong salamat. King Kasuywan. And also, to make this para makarating sa maraming mga tagapakinig, Archdiocesan Commission on Social Communication headed by Among Al and Brother Nigel and the team. Dakal pong salamat. To Bright FM, ang ating pong Archdiocesan radio station and other media partners, dakal mo naman pong salamat. At dito ko na rin po kukunin yung opportunity to thank, syempre po, yung gaganapin ho natin mamaya. Maraming salamat po, Holy Rosary Parish, Angeles City, at sa ating pong Parish Priest, si Father Manny Santa Maria, for sponsoring and hosting our Archdiocesan Celebration of Christ the King. Dakal pong salamat. sa ating pong Archdiocesan Liturgical Commission headed by Monsignor Rick and Among Omar. Magsadya niya po kanyan. Dakal pong salamat. Sa lahat po ng nagmisa na Vicars Foreign at pare sa ating novena sa ating Christ the King. Sa Holy Angel University Band na mamaya tutulong sa ating procession. Sa Cruzada family headed by Father Jess Manabat sa pagpapahiram ng Santo Cristo del Perdon. And lastly, last but not the least, yung pong mga nagpagod, yung mga, kung may, nagulat po kayo, may team song, yung Kanawan Conference. Ano? Ako rin nagulat eh. Hindi, joke lang. No? Sa ating pong mga nag-perform, sa mga napagod, naghanda, palakpakan po natin ng malakas ang Social Action Center of Pampanga. Dakala salamat kaya kayo, bumawi na mo king Christmas party. Ne po. So yun po, maraming salamat po sa inyong presensya at nawa, tayong lahat ay maging instrumento ng paghatid ng Kanawan. Dakal pong salamat kaya kayongan.
Salamat po, Among Justin. And for our opening liturgy, kaluwalyo po ta atin tamong snacks na. So, i-claim yun namang po itang snacks you. Just have a quick snacks. And then, baba kayo po king ground floor. Akit itang kaya katamong masanting at chapel. Karinya po yung kakatamong opening liturgy for the start na ning Archdiocesan Celebration of Christ the King. In procession tamo po, kalwal tamo king gate, dumuro tamo, ketang shortcut tamo po nitang Nepo, papunta king Holy Rosary Parish. So thank you for joining us and see you in the chapel and God bless us all.
Sa gitna ng unos may tinig na tumatawa. Sa bawat puso'y mula